Hello and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in joining our community in any of our open slots, we do have open slots available in a brand new Friday early campaign and a continuing Saturday early campaign. Be sure to just reach out to me and let me know. Go ahead, Capriccio. Tell us what happened last session.
Okay. I was actually not here that day. We went over the entire arc of the campaign, which consisted of our journey to Marquette, to the Verse Glade. We made sure all of our notes were in order, and we went over what happened after we left the Shade and whatnot.
Oh, no,
And
no,
after
no.
that,
I mean, not last week, the previous week.
oh,
The
the
one you
previous
were
one.
here for, yeah. Because we
Oh,
didn't even have
okay.
a stream last week.
Oh, yes, that one. Okay. So, the session before that, we had begun in this other realm in the Shade, where there was this ruler of the place. We don't know his name, but he gave us names. I was Pet. Sinclair was Cockroach. Braska had a few different names, but I guess he settled for Imp in the end. Argon was Arcanist, and Forger was going to be Forger after he did some stuff for him, though he didn't get to do that. He gave Forger materials to make a massive one-handed sword, and gave me an apple for my granny tree in the Shade, which asked me for help in getting it out of that realm. I bit into the apple, and like I said, it spoke to me. It asked me for help, and Sinclair and Braska thought about bringing an archdevil into this whole situation to try to get us out, but were convinced otherwise. Uh, Sinclair was annoying Trent some more, and Argon got himself a long rest so he could close the portal, which he ended up doing with a few really good rolls. Closed the portal and cut down most of the area around us. Argon cast Fly so we could rush to the tree while avoiding the king as he flew to the portal to see what happened. We decided to go to Whitestone, to the Tree of Light? The Sun Tree
The
is
Sun
what it was
Tree.
called. That was very confusing. Of course, the ruler of that place that we were in cussed at us, as Sinclair stated he was just a mere cockroach doing what is needed to survive. And Braska told him to get in line, though a little bit more colorfully, if I recall correctly. And from that point on, the party was transported via planes to Whitestone, as I said. And that's where we ended.
So, you all took a month of downtime. Each of you heading back to your respective homes to warn your families about what was threatened towards you, thanks to Trent. Some of you going out to continue business ventures as well, and traveling the globe. Within this month, though, you all come back at the end, and the day before 1 month is over, you've all organized and found the Frozen Breaths hideout on the frozen lake up in Uthadern. And everybody, we are going to just kick off this session with a dragon fight. As you all are attempting to hunt it. Everybody roll me initiative.
Dragon, rock the dragon.
Knowing we were heading after this, I would have cast Alacrity on myself.
Yes! I rolled not below a 10, guys!
Were there any
I
other
did.
preemptive spell casting before this? Anyone?
Only what anybody DM'd over to
Oops.
me. I asked everybody to DM me before the session.
Oh, well, I keep hitting the wrong thing.
Oh,
I'll be honest, I completely forgot. I've been busy all week.
yeah, it's fine.
Ah, yes, excellent. I'm going first, obviously, right?
I think that's how that works. Golf rules.
Here I am. I need to
Make sure you
re-roll.
select your token before you roll, everybody.
Yeah, I forgot to do that.
Where am I? 12.15.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alrighty. So, who did DM me any preparation spells they were going to do before the fight?
Yo.
All I
Actually,
did was
I
send
did.
you my whole spell list. I didn't tell you anything I cast. So
I probably would have said I would have cast invisibility myself and like made sure I made myself scarce. That way, if anything happens, then I'm away from it all.
But nobody did.
nope.
I was at work all the time.
I'm sorry, but I gave you a week. You had a week.
I don't have water breathing. Everyone
That's
else
fine.
has
It's
rings.
a frozen lake. You're fine. Alrighty. Arkin, you are first. As you see the frozen breath become aware of the surrounding of your group towards it, its ancient draconic hide seems very pissed off right now and a little hungry. What would you like to do?
That's a good question.
Now, I did mention that this is a completely frozen over lake, everybody. So make sure you're aware of the difficult terrain imposed upon you because of that. You are moving at half movement speed, or if you wish to move your full movement speed, you have to make an athletics check, or risk falling prone, wasting your movement.
Well,
Do I have-
just learn how to fly.
Do I have to move that
You're-
way since I float?
No, you're on the chair, you're fine.
Okay.
That was mostly for Zurazar, Braska, and
Right.
Sinclair.
Yeah, I had something I wanted to cast, but Broska's too far away from me. So I guess we'll just start off with a fireball and we'll keep it simple.
Alrighty, dexterity saving throw coming up from the ancient dragon.
Where's my fireballs?
Oh, wow! Good thing it didn't go first. That would have been its attack. 26. Your fireball detonates over towards the dragon, and it seems to be exceptionally agile and slips underneath it as it does so.
All right. That's it for me.
Now, the frozen breath. I can sense your malice, your intent to kill. Finally, the potential of a challenge. And it will fly. Actually, I'm going to roll a D2. Or a D4. Even Sinclair. Odds Braska.
Because we're both angry at it.
Braska! Whee! It comes over towards you.
All
15
right.
feet and 10 feet. Is that within 10 feet? I believe that's within 10 feet. Nope, 15. Whee! Right there. As it comes crawling over towards you, it circles around slightly as it will unleash its bite down towards Sinclair. 19 to hit.
Yeah.
That is 19 piercing and 9 cold damage.
19 and 9.
Then it will swipe.
Actually, it has disadvantage on that attack.
Why?
Because of my... Oh, I'm not raging. Never mind.
Nope. So it will kick out its rear claws to swipe at you. Braska. 20 to hit.
That is the number.
15 slashing damage. And then it will slap you with its tail. 25 to hit.
That'll also do it.
17 bludgeoning. Keep in mind, you're not raging yet, so you take all that damage.
Taken.
Zurazar, you're next.
I will use my bonus action to dash.
Okay, so you are you attempting to move your normal speed?
Oh, is it like solid ice or is it like...
This is ice. Smooth, icy lake. If you attempt to move your normal speed, you have to give an athletics check. DC of 16.
Can I argue maybe acrobatics because Lightfoot?
No! It's an athletics check.
There's no friction.
Yep.
Can I instead slide on my knees?
Sure, moving at half movement.
A half movement. Okay, so I'll still use dash and then I'll move up to 30.
Yeah. That's the thing. You can just accept that you're at half movement, or if you want to move your full amount, it's an athletics check.
Okay, I will pop right there. And I'll follow in Argon's footsteps. I'll detonate an acid ball above it.
Ooh. Is that a deck save?
Yes.
24.
So he takes 13 acid.
14, we round up.
Oh, right, 14 acid.
Which is good for you guys.
Mark a sorcery point off. And that'll be my turn.
All right, at the end of your turn, it is going to use one of its legendary actions to slam its tail into Braska again. 32 to hit. 17 bludgeoning damage, Braska. Sinclair, you're up.
Because of the ruling for the community, we can't flank this thing, right?
Nope, you would have to have the person granting you flanking and yourself be size large to flank against something huge. And this is
Okay.
gargantuan, I believe? Yes.
Okay.
So you would both have to be huge.
Okay, no worries. First things first, I point at it with my katana and I go, "Your blood will be on my mask by the end of the night." He is now marked with my Hexblade's curse.
Yikes.
I will slide 10 feet up so that I can stab it in its face.
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
So that's bonus action movement. And the action is to attack it with Hex Katana. So, normal. Katana.
30 hits?
And then it will take an additional 5 slashing from Hexblade's Curse. Does a 28 hit?
Why is your damage charisma plus mod? It's D10 plus charisma plus mod. Why is it that?
It is D10 plus charisma plus 7.
Yeah, what's that plus 7?
That is the plus 2 augment. Oh, it's the hex already in there. So
Hex is to damage, not to hit.
Yeah, it is.
No, hex is to damage, not to hit.
What are you talking about?
You have a +2 when you're to hit.
Yeah, it's because my
And-
weapon.
all
is a
right,
plus 2
hover
weapon.
over the 22 for me. Hover over the 22 in the chat.
The damage.
The damage, yes. 9 is the damage dice. 6 is the charisma. 7.
Is the hex plus the 2.
Hex
So-
does not grant you to hit. It only grants you to damage.
That's
I'm a
damage.
fucking... Yeah, but you doubled it down. You gave the extra 5 slashing.
Yeah, and I said negate that.
Yeah, okay.
didn't realize
That's
it
the
was in there.
confusion I was having right there. Thank you. All right, so plus 5.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, we got there. Sorry, I just wanted to clarify before we gave you a free extra plus 5.
No.
All right,
I didn't realize I had macroed it in already.
no worries. We're good now.
And that's 2 strikes, and I believe that's all I can do on my turn.
Alrighty, at the end of your turn, he will use another legendary action to tail attack. Actually, fuck that. He's going to use his wing attack. I need each creature within 15 feet of him to give me a DC 22 dexterity saving throw. Roscoe, you do see it coming. 17 is a failure.
I'm going to fail this regardless.
Oh, you could roll a nat 20.
That would barely make the save.
13. Alrighty, it kicks up 15 feet into the air, and the two of you are knocked prone and take 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
So that doesn't provoke, correct?
No, it does not.
Okay. And how much damage?
15. Vraska, your go. You might be muted, Vraska.
Yeah. So I'm going to rage, and he's 15 feet in the air now, right?
Yes, sir.
In that case, I'm just going to pull out my longbow and just pluck at him, I guess, because that's really all I got.
Anger shoot. Hey! You can't reckless with it, but 15 does miss. 16 also misses.
Also misses.
All done?
For now.
Ratio.
Okay. You will see this iridescent light come off of Capriccio, and his 2 pairs of dragonfly wings will fuse together into white iridescent dragon wings as white scales begin to grow from his skin. And I will cast Dragon Transformation. And I'm going to move like here.
Go for it.
Did I put it? Okay. Thank you, whoever that was.
You're welcome. I'm the white
And-
pings.
Oh, yes, I just saw that. Okay, and I'm going to use my breath weapon.
Do it.
So let me do that.
Dex save on a Dargan.
Yep.
There it is. 21, just barely succeeds.
Right, so that is 13 force damage as I exhale this this cone of shimmering energy at it.
It looks over at you flying in the air. You mock me.
And then as an action,
When you cast this spell as a bonus action on subsequent turns for the duration, you can exhale shimmering energy. So your action has to be something different. It's not when you cast this spell, you get it. It's when you cast this spell. Oh, and I apologize. I missed and. I apologize. Sorry.
no, you're fine.
New stuff.
Yeah, right?
This is new for you and for me.
Yeah, that wording was very weird.
No, don't worry about it. I know.
All right. So action.
Yes. As an action. I don't have anything for an action, so I'm gonna dodge. That'll be my action. I'm gonna dodge.
All right. Argon, Capriccio seems to have incurred the wrath of Frozen Breath.
He's made him angry now.
Yep. You're mocking him. You're not a dragon. You're puny.
Well, you know,
I'm a whelpling.
He's happy. He's welcome to have his anger. I don't really want it. Oh, I guess we'll cast Bigby's hand.
Argon's hand.
Argon's hand. Where's my sheet?
Handouts. No.
Yeah, I got
Spell
it.
templates.
Yeah.
Boop. You can
No, he
control
never
that. Right?
slept.
I don't think. No, I don't think I've ever been able to. It's not spell templates. I have. There it is. I have to drag it on. I have a character sheet for it. That I can move.
Oh, okay.
Though the hit points are wrong on it, but I can fix those in a minute.
It has your hit points, right?
Yeah, it has my hit points.
Problem solved.
Okay. It's got to be huge or smaller, so it cannot do grasping hand. So we're just gonna punch it. Oh, that is not going to hit. Not with a 1, it's not.
No. Your fist goes over and swings and misses the dragon.
Well, I guess that's all I've got then.
All right. Now it's the Frozen Breath's turn. How long is that cone? Yeah.
All I know is it's not facing me.
Braska! You are the only one that it's not hitting on this side. Because white dragons are historically very stupid and not good at geometry. Zuvazar,
move away,
Argon,
didn't
it's 15 feet in the air, it didn't provoke.
Oh,
And the hand all need to give me Constitution saving throws as it unleashes its breath.
I don't know if I can even succeed. I guess we'll see. Oh,
Is this considered a magical effect or not?
No, this is an innate effect.
Okay. That's why I'm asking. I didn't think it was, but... Jeez. Getting all these rolls out of the way now.
Well, a 20 is a failure. Argon, 12 is a
that's
failure. Please roll
that's
for
a
your
bummer.
hand.
Oh, yeah, my hand.
That's a bummer.
I don't even know what its saves are, to be honest.
Your saves.
All right, well, let's just roll another one then.
Yep.
I upgraded to Windows 11 and it's messing with my head.
I can just imagine the Bigsby's hand has the see-through fingertips.
That'd be funny. It just
Got
looks like
crystal
Argon's
fingers.
actual hand, the one that's
Man,
missing.
yeah.
Alrighty.
Exactly.
That is 72 points of cold damage to all
Oh.
3 of you.
Well, I'm going to uncanny dodge that.
And you have it. To 36.
Hey!
You also have evasion, don't you?
That only works for Dex.
Yeah.
That's well, you said it was cold damage, right?
It is cold damage.
All right, well, I'm resistant to cold as a Goliath.
Yeah.
Fuck, I
So
always-
36.
Hey! Not as bad as I thought it would be. Still
Roska,
out.
you're just barely out of the range of that attack, and you look at it go by, and there's a little part of you that thinks that may have hurt.
Neat.
Zurazar, your go.
Is it still in the air?
Yeah. Why would it
Shit.
land?
I can't do anything. I'll do this. I'll fucking fling a chaos bolt at it.
It's only 15 feet in the air, though.
Well, yeah, but I'm not big though. I could just wave my rapier at it and go, oh, I'll get you. I'll just chaos bolt it.
Just climb on Braska's back. Go ahead, do it. Just-
I'll cast this at level 2.
That hits.
Okay, it doesn't bounce. That's kind of what I wanted. So we got a 2 and an 8. That's either cold or thunder. I'm gonna go thunder.
Are you sure?
You know what? You're right. Cold. Yes.
It takes the 18.
Hey. And can't hide anywhere, which is a bit of a bummer. You know what? I can. I'm stupid. I'm going to pull my cloak of elven kind. I'm gonna take the bonus action to hide, so I blend in with the fucking environment.
This is why you have all the cloaks.
This
Alrighty.
is true.
And as long as he's in the air, his blind sense doesn't work. Or tremor sense.
The end
I'm
of
just gone.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
At the end of your turn, it will use its legendary action in order to tail slap Sinclair. 17 bludgeoning damage, Sinclair. Now
Well,
it's
does it
your
look-
turn.
Does it look like it lost me? Actually,
What?
does the dragon look like it lost me? Like it looked at me, it's like, where'd it go?
It seems to have not cared about you thus far.
Okay, cool. So far so good.
It's 15 feet up in the air.
Yes, it is. And its tail attack is a 20-foot reach.
Yeah. And you said it's a strength save in order to try to move any further.
No. No, I said if you want to move your normal movement speed, it's an athletics check. DC of 16.
Okay.
Because ice.
Baby.
If I get on Big B's hand, would I be at the level of it?
Yes, but Bigby's hand's currently at the level of it.
Oh, because you casted it while it was already up in the air. Okay. Well, then, not much I can do while it's up in the air. So, Mr. Gargan, you suck. And for sucking, here, make a intelligence save.
Oh no.
Don't worry, it's a white dragon. They're good at those.
It will use a legendary resistance.
You bastard.
Had to be Sinclair.
It has to. That's one down.
Well, you know what? You're still marked. Take psychic damage anyway.
5, 6.
6.
Yep.
It's charisma based. Maddening hex.
I can't even remember what it does, but it definitely doesn't like it.
Makes an egg 4, basically, to the next save.
Yeah, this creature isn't smart enough to know what you just did. No. Just...
It was either that or negate its ability to heal. That's all I can do while it's up in the air, but you can't action surge to do another cantrip, can you?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
You just can't cast 2 leveled spells in a turn.
Okay. Well, Mr. Dargan. Action surge. I don't think the 16's going to hit you.
No, it does not. It doesn't. All done?
Yep.
At the end of your turn, it's going to tail slap Bigby's hand.
Gonna kill my stupid hand.
Does 16 hit?
No.
Okay, then it doesn't. Broska, your go. He's completely
All right,
ignoring
still
you.
15 feet in the air, so I guess blink, blink. No. No.
Capriccio.
That's all I got.
All of you meleeers, come to me!
Oh my god.
I go to Argon.
Zuzar, get over here. Where do you go?
Wait. Is that your normal movement?
Actually, I have my boots of the Winterlands, so fuck your
Oh,
ice.
yeah. Fuck your rules. I get it. Nice. Go ahead. Now it is your turn, Capriccio.
All right. So, okay, I'm gonna move just a little bit further back, and with my bonus action, I'm going to do my breath weapon in like that direction because I realized that I could have hit Sinclair by accident. So let's roll for that first.
Sinclair could take it. He's a frontliner.
Yeah, he's doing great. He's above half. Dex save. It is successful. Still half damage, though.
Okay, so that's 11.
12, we round up.
Oh. Okay, then I'm gonna fly a little bit closer, and I'm going to chuck a produce flame at it with my action.
How much closer?
I'm at 30 feet.
Okay.
Does that hit?
19 misses.
Ooh, that's okay.
Just barely misses.
That's
Alrighty.
alrighty.
At the end of your turn... Oh, are you done?
Oh, I'm not done yet. Okay. Let me see something here. Yeah, I'm gonna fly back like around there. I have 60 feet of flying speed, so I'm good. And that'll be my turn.
At the end of your turn, it will use its last legendary action in order to tail attack Bigby's hand again.
Thank God.
There we go. 17 on it.
No.
Sinclair,
No,
the
it's
hand
all-
has hurt it more directly. It offends it by being in its air.
I understand why it hates it.
Ark. I'm not being nice. I'm role-playing stupid.
I will create a little mote of power, and I will hand it to Braska and tell him to break it. And that little mote will contain the fly spell.
Would I have to use my action to break it?
Yes, you have to, but I can't cast fly on you otherwise.
And because you guys have partied together long enough, I'm curious about this. Roll your mote of possibility in chat, please.
Mm-hmm.
Into a mote. The spell is frozen in time at the moment of casting and held within a gray bead for 1 hour. This bead is a tiny object with AC 15 and 1 hit point and is immune to poison and psychic damage. When the duration ends, the bead is destroyed, it vanishes in a flash of light and the spell is lost. A creature holding the bead can use its action to release the spell within it, whereupon the bead disappears. The spell uses your save, so they do not cast it. They just
They
use
do.
the spell inside it. No, they do not cast it. When this happens,
Keep reading. Spell treats the creature who released it as the caster for all other purposes, such as concentration.
yes, but they do not cast it. That is the part I was wondering about because he's a barbarian.
Can't have concentration as a
Oh.
barbarian. Rage negates that.
What?
Rage itself says you cannot be concentrating on a spell.
If you are able to cast spells, you can't cast them or concentrate on them while raging.
Oh, okay, so he
You
can't.
would be aware of this, so I'll let you redact that. You guys have been adventuring
Alright.
together for a long-ass time.
All right, then I will take my bonus action to punch it with Argon's hand because it's about to go away.
That hits.
Yeah, I knew what you were looking for, Joey.
Thank you. 15 force.
And
Whew,
then I
that's
will
one of the more complicated things between interactions. Okay, yeah.
And then I will cast Fly on Braska,
All right.
which will end my concentration on Bigby's hand.
Goodbye, Bigby's hand. And movement?
Actually, I'm gonna cast it on myself too. I'm just gonna up level it while I cast it, and then I'm going to
More-
fly 60 feet this way, like over here. That's a nice angle away from everybody else.
All right. All done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Now it's its turn. The hand disappeared, and it looks around. Who has hurt it the most aside from the hand? Well, first off, tail whip on you, Sinclair. 20.
Technically, Capriccio.
Good point. Sinclair, does a 20 hit you?
Oh, of course. An
17
AC-15.
bludgeoning damage. Capriccio. Whee! You see a
So-
fuck-mothering dragon charging directly at you.
Uh-huh.
White.
Uh-huh.
26 to hit.
That hits.
19 piercing, 9 cold, and I need you to give me a con save to maintain concentration on your spell. DC is 14.
Okay, hold on. Let me take the damage first. I'll roll it first, actually.
Ooh,
Yeah.
just barely saved. Good shit.
Okay.
All right, so that is 28 points of damage.
Yes.
And then
So
it's going to claw attack you. 25.
that hits.
That is 15 more slashing damage. Another con save. DC 10. You're
There we
good.
go.
You had to roll a 1.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Puny fake dragon, you will be in my belly. Zurazar.
Is it on the ground now?
No, they're flying.
God damn it! I can't do anything. Fucking surprise, chaos bolt, second level again.
All
I'm
right.
sorry, first level. My bad.
I'm gonna use my full words.
Is
Let's eat
he-
its kids.
Is he surprised because I hid?
He has blind sight out to a range of 60 feet.
But I didn't move.
That's tremor sense.
That's
that
Trevor
requires
sense. Yeah,
movement.
blind sight is it doesn't matter where you are; it's aware of you and it's surrounding.
Well, the cloak didn't make me invisible. It just blended me into the environment.
Yes, and it doesn't rely on anything like that. It senses blindly everything within its proximity.
Well, this dragon's dumb. I missed.
It's one of the only things that dragons have that's actually really cool. Blind
Yeah,
sight.
the longer the range of blind sight, the better, because it's immune to invisible creatures too.
Right. 12
I just-
misses.
I just don't know. I just don't know what to do. I can't do anything. I am stuck on the
Firebolt.
ground. I'm just shaking my fist at it, just angrily.
Yeah, just keep doing chaos bolt. You're fine.
You'll hit it one day.
One day. That'll be my turn, I guess. I'll move.
I also
a
forgot to
little-
roll its d6. I apologize.
I could give you a fly ball.
Okay, it does have that back. Good. All right, that's the end of your turn.
You're all the way over there. It's gonna be very difficult to get there.
I will come to you.
I'll move like right here. That'll be my turn.
At the end of its turn, it is going to use its legendary action to tail attack you, Capriccio.
Okay.
17 bludgeoning. Con save to maintain concentration on your spell.
17. What did I roll to hit?
26.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I should ask. Does that hit you?
I'm not sure. Let's check.
Okay. Alrighty. So, oh, you're good. And Sinclair.
I should have taken Relentless X. I would be on top of it right now, stabbing it. Since it's that far away, I'm going to move 15 feet, which puts me here. Action, another 15 feet to put me there, so that I'm closer to Argon.
You waddle your way across the ice.
I can't get to it while I'm on the ground.
Give me beat.
And yeah, bonus action. I need healing, so I'm going to pop my fighter ability, Second Wind,
Alrighty.
which heals me for. Oof, it's a bad roll. 12.
All done?
Yeah.
Well, it cannot use its tail attack twice against the same target in a row. Braska!
All right, I'm gonna fly up, and I'm gonna fucking hit it. Reckless.
You fucking hit it. 31 hits. 28 hits.
All right, and for my bonus action, I am going to take a potion of healing.
13. 17,
And then
18. All right. It's
The
hurt.
Alchemist Ring adds a D8 on that, right? It's been a
The
while since I've actually used one of
Alchemist
the-
Ring adds an additional D6.
Okay, just making sure I know what I'm adding.
Yeah. It's 1d6 for Alchemist Ring.
Great fucking magical item, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
One of my
That's why I'm
happier
glad-
creations recently. I feel like it's very well placed in groups that don't want to play healer.
Ooh.
So 20.
Nice.
Oh no, you already rolled that. 14.
Yeah.
That's decent, yeah. For a basic health pot, that's better than a basic health pot.
Yeah.
Significantly.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I do.
Alrighty. At the end of your turn, it will use its legendary action to tail attack you, Braska. 17 bludgeoning, halved, down to
Oh, so
9.
so do I take the 17 back? Or...
No, it can only use its legendary
Oh.
action to attack different targets in a row. So its
Oh,
tail
got it.
can't just swipe. It has to swipe and return to where it was, and then swipe someplace else, and then swipe someplace else.
Okay, got it.
It's kind of like a T-Rex. It can't use its tail against the same person it's biting, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Capriccio, your turn.
All right, you see this mighty dragon engage in combat, aerial combat with a fairy. Just imagine that. And I am going to breathe at it.
Rah.
It's a big roar. How dare you?
Rah.
Mm.
Alright, dex save.
I'm going to assume you angled that away from me.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Sure, alright. It finally failed.
24
But
force
it can use its
damage.
resistance.
No, it's not scared of a breath from an inferior dragon. It's afraid of something fucking with its head.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm really good at role-playing stupid.
And I'm going to fly over there.
What's that like?
It will use its attack of opportunity to bite you.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
what
it's
I want.
disadvantage on the attack roll.
Ooh, thank you. So dirty 20. Thank you for disadvantage on that attack roll.
That was a crit beforehand.
Woo. So that hits you, dirty 20?
Yes, my
Alright.
AC is 19.
19 piercing and 9 cold. Give me a con save, DC of 14. All right, you maintain concentration.
What was the damage again?
28. Yep.
Okay.
Ooh, it's walloping pretty hard. And unfortunately, you're too far away for it to get its tail attack off on you. Argon!
No, I'm not done yet.
Oh,
That was
I
just my
apologize.
bonus
I
action.
apologize. Go ahead.
And as my action, I'm going to cast Heal on myself and give myself 70 HP.
I don't blame you.
These
was in the same
potions sound like
ballpark.
good ideas. All done?
Yeah. Yes, now I'm all done.
Argon.
Mm.
You may be muted.
You do.
You're muted.
I was trying to unclick it and I couldn't.
Okay.
I can put a 4th level spell into my moat,
Okay.
and if I cast fly at 4th level, it can affect more than one person. So if I put a 4th level fly into a moat and hand it to Sinclair, can he run to Zurazar, pop it, and it affect the two of them? Because you have to affect another person you're touching to upcast flight. Is it smart enough to know? Can I make? Is the moat smart enough to know?
Let me read the ability.
Okay.
Don't worry, guys. I have a really dumb idea that could possibly prevent it from flying.
Yes, the moat does not stipulate that it can only be a spell that you cast that targets yourself. It can be any spell that you cast. And if it's intelligent enough to cast the fireball by breaking it in the proper area, then it is intelligent enough to also cast fly on somebody else next to you. So yes.
Okay. So I will create a 4th level. So I'll condense flight into a little moat, but a more powerful version of it.
Yep.
I will fly up and hand it to Sinclair.
Okay.
And tell him to go meet up with Zurazar and pop this. And both of you will finally be able to go get in this fight.
Grab on the back of Argon's chair and go, "Can you get me closer?"
I'm not in my chair, I'm flying.
Oh no!
The chair doesn't come with me.
When you cast fly, you just start going. I always imagine like Professor X flying on the chair.
I assumed I couldn't do that. If I can do that, I will.
I'll allow it.
I just assumed I couldn't.
I'll
cast
allow
on
it
the
because
chair.
that sounds hilarious to me.
Okay. Then I will fly forward. Do I have to roll a strength check to haul Sinclair?
What? How much do you weigh, Sinclair?
I weigh
Remember that I do have doubling.
150 pounds.
Oh, never mind. You're good. Yeah, no, you can carry him, no problem. I keep forgetting you're not a wizard.
I'm naked.
You're a Goliath.
I'm naked. You should be able to carry me.
All right, I have enough movement to get us to there. Oh my god, now I have a chair icon. I need control of my chair
I'm
icon.
giving you control over it.
Yes.
He's
There
never
you go.
wanted anything quite so badly.
You have to hold Alt to be able to actually put it underneath yourself.
Oh, is that what you have to do? Okay.
Yeah. And then you just highlight grab both of you together, and you can move both at the same time.
Oh,
Or it'll snap you into the area. But, it's a work in progress.
I'll figure it out.
If you really want, you can send me a chair icon and your token, and I'll go into Photoshop and put them together and then upload that to your character
I will
sheet.
so do that. All right. So the Argon's taxi service. I am now in Uber between handing out fly spells and hauling Sinclair around. My level 15 Uber,
I'm just holding the
master
orb
of the
out to
mystical
Zurazar.
energies.
I'm just holding the orb out to Zurazar at this point because he
That's
did
all-
before me.
That's all I've got. That's my turn.
So you stay right there? Okay.
Yes.
Alrighty.
I used all my movement to get Sinclair up there and make us a giant freaking target.
Well, it did get its breath weapon back last turn.
Oh,
And
you killed us
hears
together!
All of
Yes,
you
I know what I
talking.
did.
Uh-oh.
It is going to unleash its breath towards Braska, angling down at Zurazar and Argon and Sinclair. Sinclair, you gain half cover from Argon in his chair.
Yay!
I know it's never going to work because you have resistances left, but I will temporal shunt it.
What saving throw is
Which is a
that?
Constitution. I know the odds of him ever losing this
Wait,
are minor.
temporal shunt is wisdom.
Is it? I thought it was Constitution.
Nope.
Let's roll it.
Roll it.
It is definitely wisdom.
Oh, okay. That changes this a lot, actually.
I again, I play
Oh, it
Chrono
is
Trigger
wisdom. You're right. Okay.
Like,
Messing with its mind, it will use.
No,
its
no, no.
weapon.
That's not messing with its mind. That's messing with its...
with this place and time.
Ooh, yeah, that's weird. Yeah, it doesn't like that. Resistance. It has to. You did something
again, I play,
weird. That's
I
not
play Time
damage.
Wizard on Sundays. I gotta know this shit by heart.
Yeah,
Dex
I
save?
figured it would burn it, but
Con saves.
that's fine.
Fun.
All of you give me con saves. Sinclair at advantage.
Oh.
Oh, I'm just gonna uncanny dodge it again.
Braska and Sinclair succeeded. That is 72 points of cold damage. Have to all of you.
72, so I'm down to 18 points.
No,
All right.
72 halved. You were successful.
Yeah, but I'm also resistant.
Oh, I'm sorry. When you said you were down to 18, I thought you meant you were down to 18 hit points.
Oh, no, right, yeah,
Okay.
no. No,
I was like,
Still over
I'm
100.
below half.
Did I
I
almost
am
kill
also
Braska?
below half.
You're lucky, Braska, because I burned my contingency in a previous fight and never put it back on. Otherwise, you just would have lost flight. Because my contingency spell requires concentration.
Oh, that'd be brilliant. Alrighty.
Oh, but I still have to roll.
What?
I still have to roll for.
Concentration on your
Concentration.
spell. So DC of 18.
We'll chronal shift it.
Hey.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, never mind. I used my reaction already, didn't I?
Oh, crap God.
What about your reroll?
You didn't?
Oh, I used my concentration to chrono or to chronal
Temporal
shift it.
shunt.
Oh,
Temporal
okay.
shunt.
Yeah.
But don't you still have your reroll? Like not your free advantage. Your
That's
inspiration.
inspiration. You have to declare that beforehand.
Yes, it's only when somebody donates to you that you can use it retroactively.
Yeah.
And we used all Ruka's last time
Yeah.
to survive.
All right, Braska
Uh,
and Argon
Bras-
and Sinclair.
I'm not flying.
Well, you're on the back of a chair.
It's ground
I
level.
wasn't hovering high because I was
Okay.
because I had to have
So you-
Sinclair the thing.
So for you, it's fine. Braska, how you flew 15 up
I
to be
was
able to
only,
fight
like-
it, right?
As high as I needed to be, yeah.
All right. Roll 2d6. 11 bludgeoning. Half to 6.
Now I'm below 100.
Join the club.
All
I've
right.
already lost 100.
Zurazar, your turn. You see Sinclair holding the bead.
I will take the bead.
You did hear Argon. He was very loud.
Okay. Who did he want me to cast it on as well?
He
On
wanted
Argon?
Sinclair to cast it on you.
Okay, so but it's a 4th level, so that means I got another.
That's 2 targets. Sinclair and you would
And
be the 2
you.
targets.
Oh, okay. So once I crush, it'll be me and Sinclair. Got it.
Yeah, I don't need flight. I did that for you guys.
Okay, cool. I'm going to.
He has a chair.
Yes.
It's an action to
And
crush
reach.
it, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes,
It
it's an
is,
action
yeah.
to crush
Ah,
it.
shit.
Then
I
fly.
can only
gave it
get-
to you.
I can only give you guys so much free stuff. I have limits when we don't actually prepare.
Right, I'm aware. I'm going. I'll crush it, but I'm not gonna fly yet because I don't want him to know I've got fly. So.
All right, so you and Sinclair. But up. Both of you have
Um,
fly on you.
I will do. So, question: because I now have fly, could I technically take lighter steps on the ice to make it seem like I'm just running really fast on the
If
ice?
you want to hide the fact that you're doing that, you have to roll me a performance check.
Could that be deceptive? No, I won't do that. It's fine. I'll just.
You're
normal-
acting like you're running. It's performance.
That's fine. I'm just going to bonus action. Well, you know what? Why not? I'll try it.
So
This-
the
this is-
performance isn't your action. You can just move, accept that the consequence will be there, and roll the perk.
Okay, cool. I will say this is gonna be a +10 because I do have. Where is it at? This.
Nice.
So whoopa. So that would be 18.
Okay. You start running across
So
the
it-
ice, moving normal speed.
Cool. I will also use a bonus action to dash to get right. I'll get. Where do I want to go? Do I want to go next to Capriccia, or do I want to go where? I'll go next to Capriccia. And that'll be my turn.
Okay.
So you did fly? Because I'm in the air.
No. I'm currently on the ground. I'm making sure that this dragon doesn't know that I'm the one concentrating on.
Oh, okay. So
Ross-
you're like under me then.
Raska.
Rack him, frag him on the ground again. Gonna run over to Argon.
Smash. No,
it's my
it's not
turn.
your turn yet. Legendary
right.
action, smash. And because you're prone, that's going to be at advantage. 28 to hit. And you
I'll
reckless
hit
things. All right, 17 bludgeoning. So as you fall to the ground, it smashes you, making a U-sized dent in the ice.
Okay.
Sinclair.
Did it lower itself for that?
No, it's a 20-foot range.
Damn it.
Sinclair, your turn.
How far is the fly speed?
60 feet.
60.
All right, so that's 30. Just double check the distance. That's 25. 30. I'm within 30. Take some psychic damage. 6
Alrighty.
from Maddening Hex. And then I'm going to move another 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and just shout at it and say, Razadadov says, fuck you. And I send another Mind Spike at it.
Oh, no.
So, here's Mind Sliver.
Natural 20! It succeeds!
That's fine.
Nothing. Wait, is Mind Sliver a cantrip? Is that save or suck
Yes.
or half?
Yep,
Okay.
save or suck.
Okay. My mind is impregnable. Can't be penetrated.
Well, Old Red says, fuck you.
All done?
Yep.
Alrighty. Raska.
All right, now I go rag him, frag him back on the ground again. I run over to Argon and plink plink until Argon flies me again. So just plink.
I
I
am
didn't
on the
sign
ground
up to
level.
be an Uber.
Well, I didn't sign up to be raged.
26 hits.
I will note, Joey.
Oh wait,
that I
no,
am on the
no
ground.
rage damage. No rage damage.
No, so it's just 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. Alrighty. Capriccio.
Okay, I am going to breathe at it. Boop, boop. There we go.
Dex save.
Yes.
It fails.
27
force.
force.
Ooh, looking a little haggard now.
And then, oh, yeah, oh, sure, why not? I am going to chuck a produce flame at it.
Do it.
Do it now.
It takes the 11.
Okay, and then I'm going to fly. Here. Here we go. And that'll be my turn.
Perfect. Argon.
I'll cast Fly on Braska again.
I can move. I can fight.
Ain't that true?
On just Braska?
Yes, I'm not casting it on myself this time.
Alrighty. That's the end of your turn?
Yes.
Let me roll my d6. Cool, it does not recharge its breath weapon. Yeah, Capriccio, you're incurring its wrath more than anybody else. What's its fly? Oh, yeah, it flies to you. It'll keep itself 10 feet away. Capriccio, bite!
Boy. Okay.
Sounded like a command. Bite it.
Yeah, it sounded like you wanted me to fight it.
I'm sorry, but a 34 is a crit.
You gotta pay
Okay.
him for that service.
That is a total of 18 cold and a total of 40 piercing.
Ow.
No, that's not how math works. 30 piercing.
So
18
18 and 30.
cold, 30 pierce.
So a total of 48 points of damage. Now I need a con save DC 24 to maintain concentration on your spell.
Okay. Okay, I was subtracting. Okay.
Oh,
13. Okay.
Your spell ends. But you can still fly.
Yeah.
Seeing all of your draconic scales fade off of you. Puny. Claw. 15 slashing damage.
15 slashing. Okay.
Okay. And Braska. Tail attack.
Alright.
17 bludgeoning. That's the end of its turn. Zurazar.
Okay, well, time to grab its attention. How high up in the air is it?
How high up were you, Capriccio?
I was probably like, I want to say 20 feet in the air.
It is 20 feet in the air.
Cool. Yeah, sure. Zoom. And I'm gonna try to stab it.
Yab.
Ooh, that's good.
nice.
Ooh, that hits.
I don't know if I get sneak attack on this. I'm pretty sure I do.
You do get. Wait, you don't have an ally within 5 feet. So, do you have any other special ability that gives you sneak attack?
Like Buckler?
No. Oh, if I'd have known that, I would have done this. Shit. I don't play Zurzar for 2 weeks. Now we're forgetting everything.
What were you gonna do? It's been a while. It's been longer than 2 weeks since you were in combat.
That is true. Okay. Sorry. I mean, I'll waste the 19. That's not a big deal with me. Fuck it. I'll fucking acid ball it instead. Why not? Why not?
Acid breath.
Acid breath?
Go ahead. Acid ball. Go for it.
Yeah. Bible.
Too many breaths at once.
Oh, brother, breathing up in here.
It is successful.
So 14 acid.
13.
I thought it was rounding up.
We are. 13 plus 13 is 26. I see 25 on my screen. You guys see 25?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I can't math either, apparently.
It's okay. Most of the time I can't. But, yeah.
That'll be my turn.
All right. End of your turn. Legendary action. Tail whip. Braska.
Rude.
16?
Didn't it just tell with me?
It tailed. Oh, yeah, good point. Tail whip. Capriccio. 16?
Misses.
16, like attack roll?
Yeah.
That misses.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that misses.
Yes. Thank you for holding me to that. It can't do that to the same target twice in a row. Thank you. Alrighty. Sinclair, your go.
So as I go into my fighting spirit, I just shout, "Your blood will be mine." I get 5 temporary hit points.
I'm sorry, but the way you just said that, it was so, like, Jerry Seinfeld. Your blood will be mine!
What's the
As
deal
I
with
fly
dragon
straight
blood?
to it with advantage on all my attacks this round. And I am going to stab this fucking lizard. Finally. So advantage. Hex katana.
Advantage.
Yeah.
Oh,
My fighting spirit gives me advantage on all attacks.
Oh.
And because it's a vicious weapon, it'll take an additional 5 necrotic damage.
So 19 plus 9 is 28. Ooh, good chunk.
And then it will take a second stab. 23 to hit.
That hits.
For another 19. Stabby.
Alrighty.
I am down 1 charge of fighting spirit. And that's bonus action movement and my double attack.
Alrighty. The end of your turn. Legendary action. Tail attack. Sinclair. 31.
I think, yeah, you hit.
17 bludgeoning.
So
You're not
12.
concentrating on the spell.
Yep. That's 12.
Alrighty.
There we
That's
go.
his turn. Braska.
alrighty. I'm gonna fly up. And I'm gonna get right up in his face. And I'm just gonna swing, reckless.
Swing from the tabletop. You hit.
And hit again.
That's 16. That's 12. All done?
Oh, I'm supposed to get those 1 hit points back, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
Yes.
Yay.
So that's a
Every
total of
time
like
you've hit.
4.
Every time you hit when you're forward.
All
So
done?
nothing about the life drain augment.
It's good. It's a good augment.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, yeah, that's all I got for now.
Appreciate.
Okay, I am going to first check a produce.
Before your turn,
Oh, okay.
it's last legendary action to tail whip now Braska.
Alright,
21 to hit.
that'll do.
17 bludgeoning damage. Halved down to 9.
The 9, so
Now it's your turn, Capriccio.
Okay. First, I'm going to chuck a produce flame at it.
Yes!
You are not in melee. That hits.
Mm-hmm.
Just barely hits for 13. It's
Yes.
just barely still standing.
And then I am going to use my 8th level spell slot to recast Draconic Transformation. And
You
with
know
my
what,
60
Fabrizio?
feet,
Breathe on
Huh?
me.
and no, hold on. And with my 60 feet of flying speed, I'm going to fly all the way up just above it, and I'm going to breathe down on it.
It will take an attack of op as you do that.
At disadvantage.
How so? I'm not in melee.
It's melee with you, 15 feet.
Oh, okay.
You are not in melee with it. It is in melee with you. Reach. So
But
did
it
you want
will
to
be at
take that back?
disadvantage.
Did you want to take that back?
You can breathe on me, Fabrizio.
Capriccio, you might be muted.
Sorry, I was talking to someone.
Problem.
No, I'm not going to take that back.
All right.
How much do I take?
31 hits for a total of 28 points of damage, and you need to give me a con save, DC of 14 to maintain concentration on your spell.
What type of thing is it? Like, what type of damage? Where's it coming from?
That is 19 piercing and 9 cold.
Okay. If I were to have the cold, how much would it be total?
That'd be 5, so 24, and the DC would jump down to 12.
Ooh, bug. I might have to take that back then, because I'm at... Well, I guess you already told me, so I can't take it back.
Yeah.
Because that would down me.
Wait, does a 19 hit you? Sorry, it is disadvantage.
19 is exactly my AC. Damn it.
I did what I could.
Yeah. So,
Oh well.
as you take on your draconic form, trying to boast against this frozen tyrant that you find yourself against, it chomps on top of you, and when it snaps to the side, you all watch Capriccio's body go flying and skittering across the ice, unconscious.
Unfortunate. That would have been so cool.
It would have been... That's your turn.
Zurzar's brow is like real furrowed. He wants to kill this thing so bad now.
Argon?
Fade
Well,
down.
I can't breathe fire on it, but I can make it think I did. And I will lock it in a mental prison of fire.
It gets an intelligence save, sir.
I know it does. But
Still
he
has
takes the damage, succeed or otherwise.
Well, he will use his legendary resistance to succeed, just because he has one more.
I understand.
And how do you want to do this?
Well, in his head, he's just going to be surrounded by a giant wall of fire out of nowhere, and it will burn, and it will be enough that he just shudders up like he's on fire, and he starts screaming and plummets to the ground, but there wasn't any actual damage to it. It just plopped onto the ground for no reason.
So the dragon falls down onto the ground unconscious, and immediately its eyes turn completely white and glaze over. We are not out of combat yet, though. Zurazar, your turn.
Yeah, I will. Now I'll fly, going right over. If I recall correctly, Capriccio had a health potion on him, right?
I think we all have 2.
I don't have any health potions.
I don't have any health potions.
Well, I'm gonna try to stabilize you.
Medicine.
Medicine check.
I have a healer's kit.
15 is the DC to stabilize someone. Whew. So you go over and stabilize him, and now that he's not in any immediate danger of death, I think this is a great place for us to go ahead and go on break, everybody. We'll be right back.
All right.
Sorry, I didn't.
I wonder how they taste.
Hello and welcome back, everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. Before we jump back into the action, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So, where we last left off, the party had successfully slain the frozen breath. And, luckily, through a little bit of tracking, you all managed to find out where this dragon's special hoard is. You look underneath the ice that you were standing on top of, and frozen underneath this gigantic lake, maybe about 120 feet below you, there's his hoard.
How much am I healing, Sinclair? That wasn't clear.
Oh, yes, roll your potion. So 2d4 plus a d6 plus 2.
You will need to subtract 5 off the back one, so it'll be 8 plus 2.
Okay, so 10.
Yep.
Well, no, it's already adding the +2.
No. I have a feat that gives me plus 5 on the secondary roll.
Oh, I thought you had the ring for the d6.
I do have that too, as well.
Okay, so it's 8 plus 2.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
10. There we go. We got there, guys.
Yeah, I have remarkable recovery, so that's plus 5 on spells, potions, and abilities.
That's a good feat. Nobody ever takes it because they go, but we have a healer or druid.
Yeah. I have vampiric touch. I have a lot of class abilities that give me health back. Yes,
So,
please.
You all see the hoard down there.
Did we win?
We're in the afterlife, Capriccio. I apologize. I did bring this along, though, and I'll point towards the dragon. I'm lifting Capriccio up and just setting him on my shoulder.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I
think-
would like to try to rip up some of the dragon's like wing fiber to try to save some of that as a possible new leather hilt for my axe.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So I guess
Give
I'm
me a
just
survival
roll?
check. Yeah.
Braska, could you do me a favor, please?
Possibly.
Could you get me a singular tooth and a handful of scales for me?
Hell yeah.
I appreciate you.
Braska, you bring him over the biggest tooth in the entire mouth, which is the size of your head.
Ooh.
Punch this
a
one
big
out
tooth.
special for you.
I need to make a history check because I got to recall where that sack was in its neck that I don't want to stab.
Oh, it's not a history check.
Well, I've
It's
already done this on one dragon.
nature.
That's why I'm recalling it.
Oh, well then you remember. No, I'm not that much of a dick. Like, come on, you remember.
Okay. Then away
Survival.
from that sack, I'm bloodletting. I don't really care what. I'm just getting blood.
Do I get the scales too?
And slice the throat. Yeah, the scales are easy enough.
How many scales do I get?
And I just put my mask underneath it.
That'll be 8 scales.
Hey.
What do you need those for, Zorzor?
Or sorry, he gets 30 total scales that he can find. How many do you hand over to Zurazar?
I guess 8.
Sounds good.
Could you pass me 15? Half and half.
Why did you do half the work?
That is true. He really only casted chaos.
I was
ball.
really hoping he would say, "Did you?"
He gotta think for a moment, and he will say, "You and I both were on the ground for a long time. I did what I could, and I think I contributed."
I'll hand him 12.
Fair enough.
What do you need those for?
Zuzar will lean over and kind of whisper in Capricio's ear. I believe that a room dedicated of a slain ancient white dragon with materials in there might draw in some people.
Okay.
Since when has anyone said they've done anything fun on top of a dragon scaled rug?
That would just
Yeah,
that would rub it all the wrong ways.
Wait, I don't know what you mean. These we'll feel them. These are smooth, aren't they?
Maybe if you're.
I mean,
scaly
they're
like me.
freezing cold.
He'll just shrugs like people are into ice.
Also, if you're rolling
Right,
the
in the
one the
desert,
wrong way,
that'd be
like
good.
over the
People
edges,
are
that'll
into
cut.
ice
Yeah.
play.
yeah, Zuzar just shrugs and just says that just casually.
Hey, it's Marquette. They will.
It's true.
Anything to stave off the heat.
Broska, I can go into great detail about what people do with ice cubes, but we're in a very cold environment, so I won't.
Well, while my mask is soaking up the blood, I point at the bottom of the lake underneath me and go, "It's all down there.
Ooh,
Does anyone
stop!
have water breathing?"
I will light up my rapier and I'll just start melting the ice.
I'm just gonna start
Give me
carving
a
it with my axe.
survival check, both of you.
Ooh, I'm not good with these. I'll use my advantage for the day. Hey, good thing I did.
Damn, it would have been so much funnier if you just fell.
There's a
22. You're very carefully tracing an outline in a magnificently large circle around this area. And once you see Braska is smashing, you just tap him on the shoulders and tell him to start pushing the bigger portion down. And Braska, it is so much fun when you take your axe and you just start shoving and shoving at the end of it, and the other side starts lifting, and then, oh, it sinks under the water.
Well, you're gonna wanna either warm yourself up when you go down there, or you're gonna need to really quickly dry off when you come up. I know that much from
Where's
being
the-
out here in Uthaderd for so long.
Where's the airship?
We're in a frozen lake.
It's a few miles away, just to
Perhaps-
make sure it was out of the dragon destroying it range.
Perhaps we should call the airship over. That way, if we do go in there, we have fast ways to get warmed up as quickly as possible.
We could also use a net like we would with fishing.
Oh, you don't
lower it
understand.
in.
Oh, you don't understand. I added a hot tub to the airship.
Oh,
I've done a lot with the airship with the money I've got. And I don't know if you all forgot, and I'll wave the Tal'Dorei. I still have this.
oh,
And
good. Braska has something that'll help him.
As low as -100. Braska, you can actually dive in there without consequence.
Braska, let's lower the net down with you, the fishing net, and you can use it to hoist all the loot up.
Got it. I will
Have
do
fun.
that. All right.
Alrighty. So, Braska, you go down there, and how long does your attention span last as you are looting? Because this is a very big horde.
I mean, it's treasure. That does do a pretty good job of keeping my attention.
All right. Figured I would ask. Well, then, just give me a number of hours. Actually, give me a wisdom saving throw. That's how we'll dictate how many hours.
My goodness.
You could always just give me the boots and I can go down there.
1 hour. Braska loots for 1 hour, and you're just so bored. You come back up.
I find a really cool shell, guys.
Braska, would you like me to do that for you?
No, I want the shell.
No, I'm not talking about the shell. I'm talking, Braska. I'm talking about the giant horde below.
Oh shit! Yeah, that.
Can I borrow the?
God.
May I borrow the boots?
And that's how you play dumb.
Yep, it works.
May I please borrow?
Thanks for the tip.
Sure, yeah.
Braska, come help me. And I'll assist you as we harvest the spine out for Argon.
Now, do I dive in with my clothes? I'll dive in with my clothes. I got plenty more on the ship. I'll dive in.
Alrighty. You feel the cold, but it's a cold that doesn't feel terrifying or like you're about to die. It's strange now that you're wearing these boots. So, how long do you allocate to looting?
I mean, I want to focus on finding, like, obviously there's a bunch of gold and platinum down there.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can probably
yeah.
see that. I want to start pulling out the items within the horde that have significance, and that way we can identify those, because we can take up the gold and platinum easily. I'm just looking for the specifics.
How many hours are you allocating to looting this? That is what I am asking for.
Let's give it an hour.
Because he just did 1 hour.
But he only found a shell.
Well, he found like a metric fuck ton of gold and platinum.
Oh,
And
I'll
that.
do 2 then. I would say before I go down, someone call the ship and have them get over here, so that way we can start. Loading
Oh, the
stuff up.
ship's already here. It's lowered the net down.
Oh,
Alrighty.
fantastic!
So,
Alright.
with only 2 hours being allocated to this, give me a investigation roll.
It's not bad.
No, it isn't.
I'll go in for the third round, I guess.
Sure. Go ahead.
Once he comes back up, I'll swap spots with him. Spend the what is it, hour you need for the boots to equip?
Are these
Froska?
attunement, Braska?
Let me double check that.
I think they are.
Yes, they are.
If they are, I'll unattune to something for the time being, and then I'll go back in.
Yeah.
I'll attune to my stone,
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll attune to it and then I'll dive in.
and then when he dives in, I reattune to my stone.
How long do you investigate for? Because we're at 3 hours of investigation as of now.
I will do a additional 6 hours.
Gee, to do all of that, give me a wisdom saving throw.
All right, I'm going to burn Lore Keeper.
Go for it.
Oh, do I find anything with investigation, by the way?
Yes, I have the total list of the horde, and I'm subtracting based off of everybody's interaction with all of this.
Gotcha.
I'm putting up the hut.
27 is long enough to hold out for 6 hours. And with 9 total hours, give me one investigation roll, Sinclair.
I'm going to burn Session Inspiration.
Also, why you put up the hut? We've got the ship here. You can just go in.
14.
Okay, I do have to remove something, guys. I apologize.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess if the ship's here, I can get on the ship. That's fine. And then go have a conversation with Capriccio about my toe.
Oh, I'm not leaving here. I'm just like floating around
I'll talk
watching
to
and
you.
giving people encouragement.
But basically, we bloodlet the dragon. Braska took a little bit of wing. They took a little bit of scale. We took the spine for Argon and we turned the rest into an augment.
5. All right, I need you to roll me a d6.
Me?
Somebody who hasn't rolled yet for this encounter.
What do you want to roll?
A d6.
Nice.
Oh man, that's the potion.
Oh.
So, at the end of 9 hours of looting and having everything brought up here and individual pieces identified, you all find a black pearl valued at 3,000 gold, a blue sapphire valued at 2,000 gold, an emerald valued at 1,500 gold, a star-shaped ruby valued at 2,000 gold, a yellow sapphire valued at 8,000 gold, and your gold count is 30,069 gold pieces, and your platinum count is 2,100 platinum pieces. You find Potion of Storm Giant Strength, Potion of Hill Giant Strength, a Spell Scroll of Anti-Magic Field, a Spell Scroll of Control Weather, a Spell Scroll of Power Word Stun, a +3 Sling, a +2 Splint Armor, an Arrow of Celestial Slaying, 2 of them, Bracers of Flying Daggers, and 1 Supreme Healing Potion.
I kind of want the braces of flying daggers.
Okay, so I do get the potion of Storm Giant, right?
Oh,
You can have all those giant potions. I want the superior healing potion.
Well, the Hill Giant doesn't do anything for me, like, at all.
If no one says
Like,
anything,
at all.
If no one says anything, Zuzar just kind of like walks over, just picks up the bracers, looks at them, and just walks off.
I just need to replace the potion I lost.
Oh, actually, and I do want to snag the emerald. He's not taking it. He's like just like holding up in the air, just kind of like admiring it.
Now, the Supreme Healing also is pretty good for me as the guy who gets hit the most.
Right.
I just want to put it forward before I just take it.
The only thing I have interest in is the scrolls, and I don't think there's anybody else that can use them anyways. So,
Control Weather? Is that a wizard spell?
oh, he can cast Control Weather. That's true.
Wait, can I I cast control weather?
Control
8th level
weather
spell.
is cleric, druid, and wizard.
Oh, I can't. That's a shame.
So that's between you and
Nebraska.
Capriccio.
You can have it, Capriccio. I actually have
Oh.
that spell already because I forgot, Joey, that I have all the spells out of the book.
I
Yeah,
can just
so-
prepare it one day if
I
I
know,
really
but-
want to.
I know, but if you have it as a scroll, you can cast it without having it prepared. You might
Oh,
as well
I-
just have it
I
in
can
case
cast
you
power.
decide you need it and you didn't prepare it.
I can cast
Sure.
power where it's done. Actually, that's kind of funny. But I'm not
Sure,
gonna take it.
I'll take the scroll.
So
Oh, you're that kind of rogue.
What do you mean?
Who said he's a rogue?
Yeah, you. Oh, he. Wait! You saw me cast spells finally.
Yeah.
You only casted spells this combat. And I'm like,
This is, oh man.
I'm like, so you're a magic rogue.
No. Well, technically, it's very complicated. I'm sure you can understand it. Though.
Oh, I'm a cheat too.
He kind of thinks for a moment. Argan, may I ask you a question? I want you to be very honest with me.
Yes.
And wait, who hasn't seen me cast spells? That's Argan or Sinclair. I'm sorry.
That
Oh,
was me until this session.
Oh, I
You
don't pay
can't-
attention to that part.
You cast Fireball in the very first fight we had when you were
Oh,
there.
that's true.
Zuzar.
Okay, so I'll walk up to Sinclair and I'm just like casually just juggling let's say I'm juggling the emerald on the ruby. Just kind of just walking up and I'll say, Sinclair, I would like to ask you a question. I want you to be completely honest with me. And I mean this with respect. How good is your eyesight?
I've been in shadows most of the fights that we've been in.
That's not what I asked. How good can you see?
Pretty well.
He'll point next to his eyes and his shoulders. There's scales here and here.
Are there scales?
Yeah. There's black scales on near his eyes and around his collar.
What are you?
I am
Because you're not human.
I am a half orc.
You're a half orc with scales.
Yes. It's very complicated. I don't even
Did
To
your
be-
daddy do what Broska wanted you to do? To
I
Mommy
actually
Dragon?
I don't know if it was my father who did that or someone in my line, but one day this just happened. And
I
so
don't know what you think I wanted to do.
Oh, I'm pretty
I-
sure you would have mounted a dragon.
I mean,
Good.
I'll be honest with you, Braska. Respect.
Yeah, okay.
Weird.
It's mostly a Dominus thing.
Anyway, I am a half orc. I just happen to have very fancy looking scales. And also a tendency to not take as much acid. So there's that.
I took a lot of acid.
But it's a plenty though.
Well, I'm talking about the I'm definitely talking about the damage. Totally.
Uh-huh.
Not the
Uh-huh.
fun acid, Broska, the bad acid.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know what Zerzar just shrug and he'll say, I have no idea what that is.
And that's exactly the story we tell the officers. Got it.
Here's your boots back, Broska.
Thank you. I
But yeah,
appreciate that.
Make sure Argan gets his spine, I'll call him, because I don't want to be responsible for another spine being lost in Fae.
All right, I'll try it.
But also
Never
don't worry.
harvested a whole spine before.
Always first time for everything. And also
Well, we
Sinclair,
lost the red staff for him, so we might as well replace it with the white staff.
And
True.
and don't worry, Sinclair. I don't intend on killing you
You could try.
yet. And then just
I'm a
walk off.
cockroach.
I'm a
There are
Zerzar-
plenty of things in that line that want me dead.
Zerzar just like collecting all the gems, showing them off, and he's just gonna just juggle them. Just
And being that I'm doing this for Argon, I'm going to use my my game advantage on the survival check to harvest the spine.
Oh.
That and I always forget to use that, so might as well. Oh, yeah.
Then Argan, all you'll need to do is spend the spell slot to turn this thing into an augment for Broska.
You harvest the spine.
Fucking mint.
so.
Oh, I guess I could be doing that while Sinclair is looting. What did you have something did you have Gem.
Yeah, Braska has a stone that's capable, but it only has a +1 in it. We didn't
Okay.
have a big enough creature to upgrade it.
Does anyone who wants what with these gems? We do have quite a bit.
I don't need any of them in particular.
I don't need any gems.
I
Right
could
now-
use some cash only because I spent all mine last month, but
They do look quite pretty.
that's the only thing I really need.
I think you and Fortune would need to figure out, what they can be used for.
I mean, if we head back to Marquette, I can probably ask around. Got some people places. Can see what.
Well,
they
no,
can do.
I mean more like augments, like if they're good for augments or not. I don't know much about augments. All I know is that when we use bloodstones, we need high quality creatures in order to get good augments, or gates to get good quality augments
I see
that
what you
we
mean.
could guarantee. The other ones all are,
Yeah.
up to chance.
If you want that kind of information, you're going to need Forgerum. That is not. Oh, actually, I guess I am an expert in magical items. I forgot about that.
You are, and you know every single one of those gems is good for augmenting.
Yeah.
Ooh. If we're doing what is the emerald augment? If I may ask.
We'll have to pull it up.
Yeah,
We can pull it up.
just
I'll
open
pull
up
it
the
up for you.
augmentation.
Yep, I'm pulling it up right now for the actual gem type.
I don't
And
even know.
I will share the link to you. It is already in our Discord server under our homebrew rules and such, but I can just DM it to you as well.
Emeralds can create any augment that are favoring elemental modifiers, but they cannot roll physical modifiers. So, for the purpose of what me and Broska are using augments for, it wouldn't work for us, but it would work for like an elemental modifier. So, like if I wanted fire in my weapon, it would be good for that. We would just have to find something that was fire based.
I hold up my flame tongue rapier.
Or my
Yeah.
flame tongue greatsword.
Yeah, well, I have to go with the augment because my blade doesn't have that capability. It's made from very strong metal that was used to reforge a cursed legendary weapon. And it's the leftover remnants of that.
Well, we've got time, and we can figure out which gems people want to take. Though I do have a weakness towards the green.
I think the current creature that we have would jump Broska's augment all the way to a 3. Right, Joey? Because it is a high enough CR. Because we're doing fixed table.
If you're doing the fixed table, CR of the creature,
It's very rare on the fixed table.
it can hit very rare. Yep.
Okay.
It does not guarantee legendary if you're rolling, but because you're on the fixed table, it can hit the +3. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we
All
can
I need.
easily make you a +3 Broska. That'll help you out with not missing every hit.
Wow, that was some shade.
And what about me? What could it be?
Why
done
don't you
with
stand
me?
about 5 feet closer and see how often I miss?
Sure, you want
I
to
have
come
a
in my
plus your
shadow?
AC to hit.
What were you asking, Zurazar?
I said, what could it do with mine?
Well, if we go off of just like what we know it can make, guarantee. If we have another Azurite, it could make a +3 augment that way. Same thing for a ranged weapon. If we had a gates, we could get +3 AC or saves, either or. Or if we had an amethyst, it could be a 5th level spell slot holder where the augment holds concentration, but Broska has been sitting with the +1 augment for a while. I feel bad for him. But we could definitely kill more creatures because we're going to need to get pretty powerful if we're going to go
I'm
against
down.
Trent.
I mean, I'll be quite honest. He'll like prod the body of the ancient dragon with the boot. I was thoroughly unimpressed.
Yeah. Well, the stronger the creature, the better the opportunity.
Well,
However, it does play into the fact that Forgem has the ability to, I believe, negate one option, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't know if he took that at level up.
what is a level up?
Well, when he got better at crafting.
When you get better at crafting, they say you level up. That is a very unique.
Yeah,
sort
you
of
go
phrase.
from apprentice to skilled to expert to master craftsman. You
When he
know.
passed his trades test and became considered a master artisan.
Oh, Brosco, that reminds me. Did you ever finish the Slayer's Take challenge?
Oh yeah, no, that was easy this time around. I just told about some of the things I killed recently, and they were just like, "Oh yeah, sure,
Oh, that's good.
yeah."
I roll insight on you, Broska. That sounds like a fat lie.
Sure, go ahead.
Hey.
That is exactly how I believe it happened.
Zorzar just nods and just he honestly he respects the hustle.
But based off your questions, Urzar, some augments, and I point at the first augment in my weapon, can inflict more grievous wounds on when you land that vital strike on your foe.
Mhm.
Or like my old one, and I point at the one in Broska's that's also a bloodstone, suck the life right out of your foes when you strike them.
And into me.
Yeah. It's really handy for frontliners.
I will trust the crafter when it comes to whatever I ask augmented. I don't quite understand it still. I will soon, I imagine. I do pick up things quite quickly. Just I want to make sure that we all get the opportunity to benefit from this. Is the main drawback or the main draw with this.
Yeah.
So how about instead of us standing in a very cold and frozen lake, we get all the items that we want into this little net, and I do believe a hot tub is calling some of us.
Yes, because
I
that was
just
got a
fucking
bath.
cold water. I haven't been this cold since ice lacrosse.
I am, and I apologize for my my Marquesian, fucking freezing.
I hear that.
All right.
As someone from Marquette, I agree.
Has anybody filled out the party loot?
Good question.
I have not added any of this to
Okay.
party loot.
I
I
haven't-
added the couple of things that I took, but that's it.
Okay, so
I added the bracers, but that's it.
you took the bracers, right?
I have
Zorzar?
if no one stopped me, then he would have taken the bracers.
You can have them.
So,
And Broska, you took the potion of Storm Giant?
And the potion of supreme healing.
Okay. Did anybody else take anything? Otherwise, I will edit party loot.
I took the control weather spell scroll. You gave that to me.
Okay. I took stud and anti-magic field. That way, I'll fill the rest of this out. Everybody else can. That way, Joey can move on.
okay.
So
So first things first, all of you other than Argan see Broska climbing through the dragon into the mouth and giggling.
Okay.
nobody even questions it.
You know, if I had some way of taking a capture of this and putting it on paper, I would so do that. But I am not an artist. But you know what, Broska? How about we ask the dragon some questions? You want to do that? While you're inside of it?
That doesn't sound good for me.
Chop, chop, chop goes the necromantic dragon.
I need to get out of here.
By the way, are we all supposed to be able to see party loop? Because I do
Yes.
It
No,
is a
it's-
handout.
Yeah.
I do not see the party loot either.
Should be right above
da-da.
original elementals and party. Loop.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Okay.
hey, I
okay.
see.
Argan, make sure you add the white dragon spine as the staff of the dragon staff.
Will do.
Question: are we still going to use that big ass diamond and turn it into a disco ball? Was that still the plan?
I don't know that we had a definitive plan for it. We still have it somewhere.
It's
But
still
I
on the
don't-
ship somewhere.
But we
Until
could
we
make
find
it.
a use for it, it can be your disco ball until then.
Hell yeah!
The second we find something worthy enough to go in it, you can kiss that disco ball goodbye.
I won't use a disco ball because
A disco ball made of remaining dragon scales.
that would. I do have ideas for the dragon scales, but I've got to figure out how best to do it.
Oh no, this is for me. Fuck you guys.
Well, no, I got my scales. I'm doing what I want. Fuck you.
No, fuck you.
No, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Oh my god.
I cast suggestion. Fuck you. No.
Fuck me yourself, coward.
Ah!
That was not a good joke. We don't like that.
We used the Azurite then, right? For Braska.
He already had an Azurite in his weapon.
I know it's well, there's one in Party Loot that says for Braska. We'll just assume we used it. That's
Okay,
fine.
delete that one then.
Yes.
So there is a +1 augments floating around then. If
Yeah,
anyone
I
wants a
think that's the
+1.
least of our problems.
I don't think the one that's in my weapon's 1,000 though.
It doesn't make a difference. It's fine. We've got plenty of money. 1,000 gold gem is not enough that I'm going to worry about it.
I hope you guys have plenty of money now.
Just don't play it with a magical deck.
Why? That gave me more money.
That also made someone lose everything.
Yeah, not me. I don't care.
That's fair.
You just didn't play it right.
They have weird rules.
You should have folded.
Yeah, that's all it takes. So, now, you all continue gathering your things, filtering through the loot, everybody getting what it is that they want, and climbing back on board the ship in order to hang out and get into the hot tub in order to hopefully not freeze the fuck over at any point in time near you.
Do these braces require attunement?
Look them up in the compendium.
1, 2, 5. I don't.
Requires attunement. Yep.
I don't see them.
Okay. Well, I just looked it up. It is requires attunement. Do you know what the item is?
Do I know what it is?
Yes, I'm asking you, the player.
Oh, no.
All right, I'll put it on your character sheet and you can look at it.
Hey. Oh, it's from Waterdeep. That's why. Okay. The Dragon Heist.
We did just rob a dragon of its hoard.
Were you looking at
Kinda
the
makes
compendium on
sense.
Roll20?
Well, I mean, I tried to, and it didn't pull up. So
All
I
right,
just-
it is now on your character sheet,
Ooh.
right there at the bottom.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
Alrighty. So, everybody, does anybody else need any assistance with anything else?
Has this been exactly 4 weeks since we started downtime?
Yes, this is the
'Cause
end
I-
of your 4 weeks.
Okay. Because I have something on a timer.
Okay,
If you don't remember what that is, I will send it to you. But
please do.
I will.
He's baking a cake.
Kind of.
Hmm.
You never know when you may need a cake.
Argon, if you have the ability to send ascending, could you check in with Lady Teresa to see if they've come up with any information why the Shade took his power? I haven't been able to talk to her in a month since the original conversation I had with her.
You write out exactly what you want me to ask her, and I will send it to her. How's that?
What's Ioun's tome?
An
I-
Ion Stone is cool.
Well, it
Not
depends on which one it
stone.
is.
No, this is
No,
the
this
tome.
is this tome, not stone.
Ioun's
Which
Tome.
is-
Actually, we don't
Yeah.
have that anymore. Isn't that what we traded to the Cobalt Soul?
Yes.
Was Ioun's Tome?
Yes.
That was the one that
Corvus got from the
Corvus
bird.
had, yeah. So I'll remove that.
4, 5, 6, 7.
It was a
8, 9.
book from Ioun's library. Ioun being the god of knowledge.
The
The
knowing
goddess of
mistress.
knowledge. Yeah.
So, what is it that we all wish to do now?
If you want to add anything to this, Argon, you can.
Okay.
Oh, Joey,
Yes.
I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Because I totally forgot these feats were available in the Tal'Dorei book.
Yes.
Could I up my dex to 20, but instead, could I take Mystic Conflicts?
I don't. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, because I completely forgot that Tal'Dorei had their own feats.
Yeah, no worries. Not a problem at all.
I'm just adding the word Sinclair ass after Lady Teresa.
All right.
All right. So, Lady Teresa, have you uncovered anything about these Horcruxes or why the Shade takes away his vitality powers? The Shade is closer to death than any other realm. It punishes people innately for not belonging to death. That is the reply she gives.
So they haven't uncovered anything about these Horcruxes, but we now at least know why the Shade takes away his power.
You get another message. Powerful objects like these have to be hidden away very carefully. I'd recommend looking into places he frequents. Maybe researching from within the Empire.
I think we're public enemy number 1 in the Empire, but okay. I appreciate the insight that you have been able to uncover about these. We will look into what he's been dabbling in.
I will pass that back as my response from what I presumed was her sending,
Yes.
because she ran out of mine.
Yes.
Okay. So I will respond back with what Sinclair said.
Very well.
Well, we know he's been dabbling in Islacross. We know he's been dabbling in Vecna City. We know he's been dabbling with the superhuman program of his. We know a Volstrucker who fled the Empire. Maybe we can gather some insight from him. of any other activities that he might know of, and we can investigate those as well?
He might be able to give us a good thing about where to start. I have a feeling this is going to require us to go into the Empire and probably spend some time doing some social work, which is not my area of expertise.
Oh, we have Zurazar. He's from the Empire, right?
No,
No, I am.
No,
Roska's from the Empire.
you're quite silly. I'm not sure if I should take offense to that or not.
It's so hard to keep track of who's from where.
Is it?
Most of the people I know are either from Whitestone or Uthadern.
I am from Marquette.
None of us are from Whitestone that I'm aware
Isn't
of.
that where your college is?
Nope.
It's where we go to your college.
We have only ever teleported to my college.
I think the cold water is affecting you, Sinclair.
We do have a hot tub. Again, I must preface this. Hot tub.
Y'all expect me to have a high intelligence. I'm playing dumb.
The
Heat, warmth, comfort.
So yeah, well, we can have these conversations in the hot tub. That's fine. But we need to decide what we're going to do next. I could certainly go to Cobalt Souls and do some research. Though if we try to do the one in the Empire, it's going to be dicey if I have, because I'm going to have to use my name to get into the Cobalt Soul.
Is there Cobalt Soul in Marquette?
Yes, we visited the one in Marquette before.
If we go to Marquette, we can ask the High Curator there for a letter of recommendation to the one in the Empire. That way you don't have to give your name. We just show that. That'll give you some anonymity, and we're already on good terms with her for giving her the Book of Ayun and the book, the copy of the Ice Lacrosse Notes.
Fair enough. So I could do research there. But that's
Question
probably
is-
going to have to be more about how phylacteries and stuff works more than it is about him specifically in his research. Though, I mean, the Cobalt Soul will have information about some of his comings and goings, but that might also be politically limited.
Do you think the head of the necromantic arts in the Lyceum wouldn't have any idea? She was really nice.
She was not the head. She was a student.
Oh, I thought she was the department head for
No.
necromantic
Oh,
arts.
she was just a student.
She was a student. She was lower in power than me.
Oh, who's her instructor?
I'm getting that up right now.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think I've ever met that person then.
I don't believe you have. I don't think they were there when I took my test. They were off somewhere.
I have to log into a different game to get you that information.
Okay.
Awkward.
But yeah. She is a Kenku, who is the one who handles the necromantic arts at Singular.
Okay.
Or at the Lyceum.
We could start there, and then we can go to Marquette. We're closer.
Between me and Capriccio, distance really isn't the problem unless you're hamstringing us to the ship.
I feel like everyone looks over at Zurazar.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
Sinclair was talking about us being closer to one place or another, and I said that we're only bound by distance between me and Capriccio if we tie ourselves to the ship.
Are you wanting me to say something? Are you inquiring that I'm going to apply a innuendo of some sort?
I think that I'm assuming Joey was referencing on whether you'd be willing to leave the ship for a while.
Yes.
to go do these things.
You want me to leave my pride and joy? Is that what you're asking me to do?
Well, it's either that or we sail it into the Empire, which I guess we could try and do. That depends on how good of a fast talker you are. He
I don't
doesn't
think-
technically know that we own a ship.
He at the mention of fast talking, he just blinks twice at you, as if to say, "Come on."
I don't know how the broomstone would function in the Empire
Why?
because of the type of magic it is.
It's not teleportation.
So the options are: we leave the ship in Marquette
Whitestone.
and Whitestone.
It's safer in Whitestone. And if they need to use it to defend Uthadern, it's available for.
I don't think we're going to leave it in Uthadern.
Well, no, I mean like the co-owner of the ship. If she gets word that Uthadern is under attack, she could always use it to help defend.
You realize you're just selling Suazar on not leaving it, right? If that's your point. Convincing him that it could be in danger because you leave it somewhere else is not convincing.
If
Yes,
it's in order to save someone's family, I think he would.
I definitely put a lot of money into this ship, so
I mean, not as much as the Lady of Whitestone.
well, that is actually quite untrue. The Lady of Whitestone paid me the money, and I've used that money quite usefully. So, in hindsight, yes, I spent more money on this ship than she has, and I got the ship for free.
Okay, so we need to decide where we're going to go to do research about. We have to get him off of our back because he's going to find all of us eventually.
Which
I would say let's start with the Lyceum. If we can't find it in the biggest library of them all, we go to the Cobalt Soul, who is basically the underground market dealers for this
Wait,
kind of information.
you're wanting to travel to Amon?
What?
Isn't the Lyceum in Amon?
It's
I thought it
well,
was in Whitestone.
it's in neither of those places technically.
It's near one.
Most
of them.
people get to the Lyceum through Amon, but it is not technically in Amon. That's as much as I can say.
Well,
I've only gone there through the portal that we took in Whitestone.
well, let me ask this: if you're really wanting me to depart my ship for a brief period of time, if we want to get to the Lyceum, you said it yourself, you can take a portal through Iman, and there are places where you can park airships in Iman with protection.
And that's fine if that's the we have to teleport into the Lyceum. We're not getting in there any other way right now. It's on complete and utter lockdown.
Correct.
You cannot sail an airship in there. If you would rather park it in Amon, I'm fine with that.
I believe. Well, would I know that Amon's probably the safest place realistically?
Whitestone, though it is closer in proximity, has the single strongest military force on Exandria. And the ruler of Whitestone owns that ship.
Co-owns.
Owns.
You forgot a co somewhere. It's fine though.
Owns.
I don't see her on this ship. I'm just saying.
Hey, take it up with her, not me. Just
So, I'll be completely honest with you. None of these options sound really appealing. It's not making me really want to leave the ship, but I do understand that the ship does draw attention. Which, mind you, that's partially the point of the ship and the business that I'm running. But besides the point.
So I don't care if we take the ship, and I don't even care. There's premise behind hiding in plain view in the fact that you using the ship to make yourself super obvious, assuming that you can pull that off and not draw the wrong attention with it.
I think you misunderstand. I'm not, at the current moment in time, I'm not putting any of my workers on the ship while we're working. That would just put them in danger. and I do not want that.
Well, you don't even have to bring it in as the living brothel. Just showing up somewhere in the ship leads you an era of I'm me, pay attention to me. And as long as you twist that the right direction, it doesn't necessarily have to be bad that they're noticing you. Because it draws them away from noticing me, which is a very bad thing, or Sinclair or Fordrum, which are the three that he definitely knows the most.
Let me ask this. What do you think is the best option? Be honest.
I think we need to put the ship somewhere safe. We go do our research and figure out what our next steps are, because we're going to have to figure out where he's been storing these things. If we go to Whitestone, we can knock two birds out with one stone. We can talk to the Volstrucker that we know that's there. We can take the teleporter to the Lyceum, come back, or teleport out towards the Cobalt Soul in Marquette, in Ank'Harel.
Okay.
And based off the information that we uncovered doing that, we can make a logical determination of which point of location we're going to go to first, because I'm having a feeling that he's got at least 4 or 5 of these things floating around the world. We've taken one, and he got really pissed off really quickly. So when we do find one of these, we're going to need to make sure that we get out of Dodge quickly, and we know where to chuck these things. So we're also going to need to research how to destroy these things without killing ourselves. Unless you just want to chuck them all in the shade, at which point.
So your stance is we land in Whitestone. That's what I'm getting from this. You want to land in Whitestone.
Temporarily leave your ship in Whitestone. It's still yours. It could do a morale booster for the soldiers in Whitestone.
Again, there are no workers on the ship, so it would just be a ship. I don't have access to Lyceum, so that would have to be with you. Though that would give me time to actually get acquainted with the Lady of Whitestone a bit more. I do wish to have a conversation with her at some points, but that's a valid point. What about you, Argan? What is your stance?
Well, I can get all of us into Lyceum. That's not the problem. But so I think so. We've got 2 leads. Or a couple leads. We got Lyceum, which is fine. I can see what I can find out about necromancy there. I can do the Cobalt Soul bit. We've got the druid that the tree told Capriccio about. And I don't know where that person is. I don't know if you do, Capriccio.
I do not. No.
We do know people that are skilled in knowing things, such as Yadali.
Who?
Yeah,
He's a hand of Ord. They knew all about us before we even made it to Marquette.
Yeah, but that was because we were in Marquette. I don't know that he's going to know about stuff outside of Marquette. That's not Yadali's job.
I don't know. I just know they're really good at their network of spies.
Other than the druid, I think our only sense of finding out where he goes is to spend time in the Empire.
and we don't want that.
Not without a clear idea of where we need to go.
I think we're going to have to do that.
Well, I agree. We're going to have to go into the Empire.
Yeah.
I think we start with the Volstrucker before we go into the Empire.
Which is fine.
Yeah, because otherwise, the only real lead we have, well, technically there's 2, would be either the Versglade area where we just ran into him, which would be, near suicidal for now, or Rexentrum, which would be equally near suicidal.
Yes, because I believe you said Trent likes to reside there. So
We
that
do
would
have the
Yeah.
prisoner. We have the
We have-
doctor.
he's not really a prisoner.
Prisoner of war, but he's being treated with all due kindness.
I wouldn't call.
I don't
wouldn't
think he
call
was
that a prisoner.
I think he was their prisoner, and
then
now
he
he's
became
just
ours.
kind of
I don't see him as a prisoner. He's actually helped us quite a lot. And
yeah. He's kind of just guy we have some martial custody of. We'll call it.
Yeah. Well, my thing is we've got the Volstrucker we can talk to. We've got the doctor we can talk to. The doctor's familiar with the superhuman program.
I think our issue here now is that we're putting a lot of things on the table, and the decision of whether or not we bring it to Whitestone or Marquette has now been sort of muddled with other things. We need to decide where we're going first before we even think about what we want to do next.
Let's go to Whitestone.
Okay,
You guys are taking way too long.
Whitestone it is.
I believe Whitestone is our best bet. However, I do have.
Oh
a...
my goodness, Zorzor.
No, listen. This is important, Capriccio.
Is it?
Yes.
Go
I don't think
ahead.
anything. I don't think anything will happen to Uthadern. However, the ship remains at Whitestone, no matter what.
Unless you want to leave it in Uthadern and we just teleport to Whitestone.
I am not leaving it in Uthadern. If we are going to Whitestone. It shall remain in Whitestone.
Yeah, in Whitestone it's probably safest because at least there, what's her name has incentive to keep it safe because she owns it.
Exactly. And I'm sure she wants to use it for something important. So if it happens, then we can discuss. But I think nothing will transpire. So Whitestone.
All right, we're going to Whitestone. It only
Perhaps-
took us 45 minutes to decide that.
Perhaps you should. Perhaps someone should send a
Wow.
sending to
New
Lady
record
Vexalia.
time.
I will send a note to Lady Vexalia that we are.
Making our way downtown.
Flying fast?
All right.
Empire's
Well,
past. We're
thank you
homebound.
so much for finally going through the proper procedure. Really do appreciate it, Argan. I'm sure you had to pull somebody's teeth just to get that done.
Which is that Zeus was probably looking at the dragon's tooth.
Technically, we pulled a dragon's tooth for it.
And I'm almost done with something else.
By the way, have we gotten a long rest?
By the way, Argan, there is a commander who wishes to speak with you when you arrive.
Oh, that's gotta be great. Why the hell?
You
I
all
don't know
begin
any
traveling.
commanders.
I wonder if this commander has a name.
And you all complete your long rest.
Woo!
4 days go by with wind, resistance, and other things that flying individuals would understand. And you all arrive in Whitestone. As you descend down over towards your perch that you were supposed to exit from, you wander down the pathway and you are met out front by an individual clad in heavy-set armor who nods respectfully towards you all, and any of you who have knowledge being here on Tal'Dorei specifically would realize that this individual has a lot of symbology that would suggest that he's high-ranking, and his symbology seems to match that of the Iron Authority.
I don't know who the Iron Authority is, but I will bow to him politely. I will respectfully. He's higher ranked than I am.
Does he look big?
Fit, broad, big.
Meh.
I just look at him. I'm not gonna bow.
Yeah.
My name is Fleet Admiral Haverstance.
Gesundheit.
What do we owe the pleasure?
I was informed by one Lady Teresa that all of you are inquiring about information pertaining towards dealings and happenstance currently going on inside of our enemy.
That we are. One in particular person.
She did not tell me why, only that I was to relinquish information to all of you. She is not my superior by any means, so I still stand to reasonably ask you, why do you wish to have this information?
What's your stance on the undead?
Answer my question.
It matters.
No, it doesn't.
What's your stance on Trinicathon?
We are currently engaged in a fight against Trent Ickathon. And we are looking for information pertaining to him to be able to deal with him.
He's planning on doing something with certain unknown magics that could cause both destruction of continents as well as mass death, and we're here to make sure that doesn't happen.
Also,
most
he's a
recent
dick and
one-
we hate him.
This
The
is
most-
quite true.
The most recent event would have leveled most of the Empire, if not the surrounding area. It sent out the shockwave. Thankfully, it was in a different plane when it sent off the shockwave. He's been weaponizing portals. He's in control of a city of Vecna with a horde of undead abominations from Isilcross. And he's been committing war crimes such as the superhuman program.
I'm just
you
gonna
like the papers?
I'm just gonna put a hand over Sinclair's mouth.
Here's the papers.
He's
Overreach and
already
take that.
declared them. He's already declared them his enemy. Trent's the most powerful caster in it. You don't have to keep trying to convince him that he's bad, Sinclair.
I am fully aware of the threat and dangers that Trent Ickathon offers, at least on a political scale and level, but apparently he has more attributes given to him than I was originally aware of.
The paperwork that I handed him has the plague weapon stuff, the crimes of that, the superhuman program, and the city of Vecna stuff.
We do want that back, though.
Did you not make a copy?
Yeah,
No, the
I
people
don't-
I handed
Come with
to
me to my
usually-
tent. We will copy it down as I am reading through it, and you will have your own copy. I'm keeping this.
Zuzar just looks at Sinclair. You didn't make copies.
They usually make their own copy. I'm not a scribe.
I
used
would
to
have, but
be a
I'm
scribe.
not so good at the reading writing
Y'all
stuff.
stopped wanting to make deals with devils, so I stopped scribing.
You all, are you following him? He's currently
Yes.
walking away.
Yeah.
Zuzar's got his hands clasped behind his back. He's just kind of shaking his head, just muttering. He's like, "Who doesn't?"
You go with him over to one of the noble estates here in this town. My token. Yeah, I'll change that. Thank you. As you all head over to this tent or to this lovely estate, he walks inside and you see that it is currently inhabited by many other soldiers to the Iron Authority, who, as soon as he walks inside, gives him a firm stance, and a few of them hand him salutes as well. He wanders with you all over to a study that has all of the books currently stacked up in piles in the corner off of the shelves, and the shelves are covered with different maps, nautical maps. Are any of you proficient in water vehicles?
Oh, unfortunately, I am not. That's a bummer.
Then it just doesn't make sense why he has all of them around everywhere. He goes over to the desk, sits down in a very large chair, presumably made for somebody larger than him, but he's currently occupying this home, and will gesture at a chair. One of you bring this over and proceed to make your copy as I am reading.
I think you can just roll up your chair. You don't want me in my chicken scratch.
Target does, he might beat him.
You are
I
Ogin
agree.
of the Lyceum, correct?
Yes, I am.
It is a pleasure to meet somebody of your family.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to work with the Iron Authority.
Who is the Iron Authority?
We are the Navy of Tal'Dorei, protectors
Ah.
of the entirety of this continent, and one of the last lines of defense if our enemy tries to venture over the Swavian Isles towards
I
our
hand him a
location.
second stack of papers. This is all the fortifications of the Isocross outpost.
Thank you. That
Is
would
my
be-
mother on one of your ships right now? I know she's out messing with the Navy.
We
Or
have
so I've heard.
offered our assistance. Last that I heard, she was somewhere within the plateau itself, going after a group of individuals who were apparently out there looking for something.
She's always had a mind of her own.
She did not seem willing to cooperate with us with tactics or suggestions. I had no option but to command my captain down there to hand over every bit of information he had to her for his own safety.
Yeah.
My condolences what
there's-
happened at your school.
Thank you. I think it's affected her more than she wants to admit.
You see, he's being very conscientious of what he says in response to any of these things.
Yes.
I don't know how familiar you are with the monstrosities from Isocross, but they are what is inside the city of Vecna, inside the Verseglade. They brought them to that city, I think. And there are hundreds upon hundreds of them littering that city, the Verseglade.
There has not been any direct, mundane transportations from Isocross down into that territory, unless they were taking them through the Graying Wildlands, which we do not currently have any authorities over at, but the Kryn Dynasty does, which is their opposition.
I don't know if it's because of the curse of Vecna that's in the city, and they're just turning their own people into these monstrosities.
They would have to go through
But-
through the channel. There's no possibility that they brought them through there. They must have done it through magical means, or that means they are native to that location as well.
Well, anyone that goes to the Verseglade, to the city of Vecna, if they die, they become an abomination. I will let you know that much.
We'll be sure
That
to
is
attack
what I
that
know
stance
is-
with priests then.
Yes,
Appreciate
it's
it.
what I know about, and there's also
Priests
an altar to
and
the
fire.
betrayers.
We like
There's
fire.
There's a big
I like the
altar
kind of
to
this
the
guy's
betrayer gods there.
Very well. So, this information is marvelous, and I'm glad to hear that all of you are on the same page as us. We wish to end the Empire and to end Trent's influences, as well as all of the other of the Cerberus assemblies over the Empire.
Well,
I've had a agent of mine who found himself entering into the Empire through unconventional means and lived there for the better part of 3 to 4 months. He's been sending me information on a regular basis through different mages and siblings of his who can cast the sending spell, much similar to what I hear you are capable of doing, correct, Mr. Lyceum?
Yes.
he can do that through the Empire?
Is that
Wall?
the proper honorific?
You, yeah, Mr. Or I don't know what. Do I have a title now that I've graduated from there?
You're not a professor yet, but you are a graduate. Archmage is suitable, but that would
Preferred
also
you.
draw in the question of what school. So that's
Right.
up to you.
It's fine if you just call me Argon. Titles are unnecessary at this point in time.
Very well, Ogden.
How does he communicate with y'all when they block communication and teleportation
They
magic?
don't block communication, Sinclair.
They do
You-
not
you-
block
you
communication.
You keep adding things to what they could do.
Yes.
They block teleportation. That is it.
That is correct.
Oh, none of their arts or people can use that magic. That's what it is. None of the
Well,
law
what?
mages.
I
had
have
in
it
the
on
book.
good authority that none of them are ever taught communication magics.
Yeah,
Or
they
a very
use
select
another.
few.
The Volstruckers use a different method for a security reason, not because of lack of ability.
Yes, the Volstrucker paper program. I am familiar with this.
Yes.
I'm
I
still
think we got a
needing to
couple of
learn
those.
directly from my soldier who was out there, but he is currently no longer there, and last I heard from him, I believe he was in Zazith Kittrell. But, anyways, that is a different conversation. Inside of the town of Tsoa, in the Menagerie Coast, there is a fishing shack that is reclusive, and the individual who belongs to it is one of the Kineu people. Now, as is customary, the Kineu people are the only people that are allowed to fish inside of the lake north of Tsoa. I'll bring you all over to the Menagerie Coast map real quick.
I don't know where Tsoa is.
Actually, a Wild Mount map would do better for you. Give it a second. It's not loading for me. It's like half loaded, but yeah,
Yeah, it's a little fuzzy right now.
same. Come on, high def. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
The lake to the north of Tsoa is only accessible by individuals who are Kineu people. This fisherman is a smuggler by profession. However, he worked with my agent in order to bring him in, and they managed to drop him off close enough to a town called Pride's Call. A strong dwarven community lives out there who calls themselves the Pride People, and they only have loyalty to themselves and to people who join their community. They are actively working on a resistance against the Empire during this time. While my agent was out there, his siblings did a good amount of exploring as well, and it turns out that there are ruins out inside of the Empire that they are currently excavating at a very alarming rate. One of which is to the northeast. He looks over at one of the other maps, draws you over to the Marrow Valley.
Oh, this one loaded.
Yeah, I don't
Oh.
know. The other one wasn't.
Where are we looking at on this map?
I'm about to ping. This is
Okay.
Pride's Call.
Okay.
Called the Ruins of Schattengrad. These ruins, they found an object that they claim to have significant chaotic powers and magic with inside that was not controllable. Unfortunately, they ended up trading this to one of the archmages in order to gain favor and gain more information within the ranks of the Empire. I should also point out that none of them are actively resistant against them, just my soldier, who is with them. He is sibling to them, apparently. This artifact they named, and he'll look over at you, Argan, and take out, or gesture to take your piece of paper and your pen, and covers it so nobody else sees and writes down something.
Okay.
Argan, roll me an Arcana check on this one. This is an object, so you have advantage.
Ba-ba-ba.
Hey!
27. I'll take that.
Let's go.
Okay.
I will not say that word out loud, just in case any magical protections are not in place here properly.
That's for the best.
Yes. And afterwards, he'll rip that portion of the paper out and put it over the candle to burn and destroy it.
Can I see what's written on the paper before he destroys it?
Perception check. And I'm going to write... I'm going to give you disadvantage because he has, gesturing it this direction when you're on the other side and him trying to fold it and destroy it. You have to
That's fine.
look at the paper as it's burning and hope the ink reveals.
I'll try it as well.
$16 will not be high enough.
Okay.
You believe that that's what they're going after?
I
Or we
believe
know
that they
that's
found
what they're-
one in the ruins of Schattengrad. But that was not all. North of Rexingtrim, there was another city. Oh shit, that map's not... Oh, Zemnian Fields. There's maps
Oh,
of
there we
plenty.
go.
Also, this is very important. Do I see how his writing looks?
Yes, impeccable, militant. Someone who has had a desk job for a very long period of time.
Is
Perfect.
it
Just-
Oddelislo? Oh, no.
Jeez, Urazar, why do you want to know the answer to that question?
Don't worry about it. Is it papyrus font?
What'd you say?
Is it papyrus font?
Yes, yeah, sure. It's actually sans.
That's Comic Sans. Oh, he's military for sure.
Yeah, he's real, guys. He's legit.
I took down Helvetica.
Oh, fancy.
I took down Delilah.
That's a reference to Brendan Lee Mulligan. He does a whole thing about a font war.
I've watched that video.
I have not. Anyways, so he will continue with a different map showing you. North of Rexingtrim, there's an outpost called Odeslo, who recently was controlled by a very powerful Volstrucker that has a code name and number designation. His number designation is 4, and his code name is Hunter. They stayed out of his way, and they do not have the same level of... Actually, from what I hear, they have successfully murdered 4 Volstruckers as of now, as a group.
Well, I can tell you number 2, the eye, is in the Verse Glade, and he just got his new serum that gave him even more all-seeing eyes.
Before you offer me any more information, may I continue giving you what you need so that I do not have to stop and ask you for it again?
Sure.
For the sake of expediency. Thank you. There is an asylum inside of the Dunrock Mountains called the Vergessen Sanatorium. They were hired by this mage to them in order to go and see why information was not being given outwards to Rexingtrim for any of the people who were currently inside of the asylum. When they went up there, they found out that there was horrific experimentations happening to many of the patients and a couple of the doctors as well. They managed to save one individual utilizing another singularity that apparently was bequeathed to the doctor in charge of the sanatorium. That doctor is no longer alive. So they had access to 2. And he did not say singularity, ignore that part, but
Okay.
yeah.
Is this the same experiments of the superhuman program? Because we have a doctor
No, these are horrific monstrosities that are corrupted versions of individuals. He forcefully, the doctor up there, forcibly altered and changed their anatomy, personalities, and abilities to turn them into very powerful monsters that had ended up killing him, as he was not able to control them. All of the monsters have been dealt with by their own authorities.
That sounds like what they were doing in Nicodranus they made wraith-like individuals from their own people that had no will of their own, had these size that corrupted their essence.
He looks over at you, Argon. This is just how he is, isn't it?
Yes.
Very well.
You just have to accept him for the way he is.
I will accept that this conversation will take a great ordeal to continue. You may continue copying your notes. He stands up while talking and starts pouring himself a very large drink.
Well, no, I was just asking because it sounds exactly like the ones that they were making in the South.
The point he's trying to make to you, Sinclair, is that he is trying to give us a bunch of information, and every time he gets a sentence out, you add 2. So he's trying to do an information dump on all the information they have, but you keep adding to it in the middle of it and slowing him down.
And
is what he's
after
trying to
I'm
say to
done
you.
presenting my information to you, I'm going to have to go back and ask you to give me this information again for me to take notes upon them, which is very,
Okay.
very, very inefficient. And in my line of work, inefficiency leads to death.
Proceed, Lord Admiral.
Thank you. Access to 2 of these powerful objects, both of which are held by the same Archmage, who is written inside of these notes, and he hands you over a stack of notes. Sinclair.
Can I look at the notes?
All right. There's a lot of information to filter through. He has... Oh, shit. How many pages is that?
As someone who does-
63 pages worth of meticulously kept and just specific information and facts on information about the Empire.
Okay.
I'll have to get that from the player character when he's done.
Okay. Well, because I am someone who works with contracts and things of that nature, can I find where the name of the author of these documents is?
You can roll me an investigation to try to find that.
Would my ability give me advantage or no?
Which ability? Your knowledge of...
Being contracts.
Not really, no, because fiends don't sign their names on contracts. This is just investigate through to find it very quickly.
Okay. It's the first roll, so 17.
17. Filtering through, there's a name signed at a couple of different portions as I, Baron, and then the other individuals involved in the situation.
Okay. You said it was 63 pages?
That is correct.
Okay.
Not that one. Not that one. The Archmage, who's currently in possession of 2 of these known artifacts, is Athesius Uladon. He is the Archmage of Diplomatic Union. I've sat across the table from him many different occasions. Late 40s, human, wizard. I've never gotten the idea that he was a malicious individual, but we are at odds with our 2 states right now. So he has slightly long salt and pepper hair that curls slightly and is pushed to one side most of the time. He prefers long black robes and silver and blue details around it.
And this is a member of the Cerberus Assembly?
Correct.
Okay.
I'll type out his name for you guys.
Thank you.
Now, I know for a fact that if you take my contact into Soa and go through the Copia Lake, you can get to Pride's Call and be fairly well insulated. If you need access into the Empire, of course. And given what you are looking to do, you may have to do that. Now, she mentioned something interesting. You had brought information to her. I'm not sure how you got there, but there was a gnomish woman who apparently was pissed off that a tree was being tortured.
Yes, the life tree.
And all of you
in the city
realize
of Vecna.
Sinclair told Lady Teresa literally everything that happened.
I don't know why you would think that would surprise me. I just assumed that she knows anything that
Trent.
she was willing to listen to that Sinclair's
So,
knows.
as you might not know, Grand Admiral. I don't know. if I
Lord
got that right.
Admiral.
Lord Admiral.
Lord Admiral.
Trent is an undead lich. He had one of his powerful lich artifacts inside this tree, torturing it.
Yes, that is the information she presented to me. Well, curiously enough, while they were in Pride's Call, they ended up picking up a mission to help out a gnomish community in the Velven Thicket, who had been plagued by a eco-terrorist that meets her description, who was apparently searching out powerful life-bringing trees as well. Her name is Tilly.
Eco-terrorist. That sounds like a druid to me.
Incredibly
Tilly.
powerful archdruid. Roll me a history check. Only Capriccio. Wait, eco-terrorist? Druid?
Sounds like she's a blighter.
That's the name of the woman.
That sounds like a blighter to me.
But you said history?
History check. Now that
Or-
more information is being presented to you.
Uh,
It sounds like you should know more about her. Like, there's just something there, but you can't quite put your finger on it.
definitely not my circle.
No,
Isn't-
she is not.
Isn't Tilly the name of the druid that the tree gave us?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Well, she is an eco-terrorist. She transformed gnomes out inside of that thicket into moss-covered abominations that were spreading their moss to anybody who they touched that would turn them into moss-covered abominations, and so on and so forth. If it was not dealt
Okay.
with very efficiently and very well by him and his companions, that entire coast of the Empire may have been transformed permanently into moss-born creatures.
That sounds like a circle.
That sounds like
That I know about.
the opposite of the other plague weapon, but you know.
Efficient, not efficient, but effective.
Well, it has the same like contact causes the virus to spread, and so
Do I know of the different circles, druidic circles that exist, Joey?
Are you proficient in nature?
Yes, I am.
Then yes. At least the common ones.
You're
Like, you
gonna
don't
have to
know-
define what that is.
Okay, you don't know any of the ones made from the books this year. Because all those
you're
are
gonna-
really strange and weird.
You're gonna have to define what that is. 'Cause I don't know what came out
I'll
this
tell you
year.
which ones you know. Druid Circles 5e.
I think it's better if you tell me which ones I don't know.
Land, Moon, Shepherd,
that's-
Spore,
that's a
Stars,
shorter list.
Wildfire?
You know dreams. You do not know spores.
I do not know sports.
You do not know stars.
Those came out this year?
Yeah, they did. You know
Yeah,
this is
same
the
with
end of the year,
Primeval.
right? You do know wildfire. You do know land. You do know moon. You do know shepherd.
So you just don't know Spores, Stars, or Primeval.
Primeval.
That's the new one that's
Oh,
coming
yeah.
out in the new book.
Do I know about the blighted?
You would know about the blighted because those are kind of shunned in the Feywild. Like,
Yeah, that sounds like
heavily.
a circle of the blighted.
I am unfamiliar with druidic practices and traditions. I only have minor interactions with any amount of druids at all. I apologize for my ignorance. But She apparently is a very powerful and very dangerous druid, as someone who has seen firsthand the power of an archdruid. I would not interact with her easily.
They are souls in pain, unfortunately.
Well, if you
And
saw what they were doing,
their
that
pain
too.
is very contagious.
Well, that is the information that was given to me. They have hunted down a number of different Volstruckers across the Menagerie Coast. One in Huppadook, and they have been quite successful in quelling the fires that are spreading through their influence, though unfortunately not without loss, of course. If there's any more information presented to me, I can get my personal assistant. He gestures over at the door, and you see there's an individual standing there who just casually waves to you. All of you other than Argon were aware of his presence there.
I wave back.
He will be able to sending to you, Argon, where you can communicate with me as well, if there's any further information, of course.
Well, would you like the information that I have for you, sir?
Have you not presented it to me in all of these notes?
There's a little more.
Please.
And
you don't have to go into describing everything. No. You can just say, I tell him everything.
Well, I tell him we have in our brig on our airship a doctor that was one of the lead researchers on the superhuman program. And he was being interrogated by another Volstrucker that we dispatched in Nicodranas, between Nicodranas and Port Zune.
I would like to take this prisoner off your hands.
Sure. But as long as he is treated well. He was tortured just like our captain was and as I was. I don't want harm to come to him. We showed him all this evidence, and he has seen that Trent has gone off the deep end.
Well, if he is willing to divulge information to us, then he will be treated with the utmost respect of any prisoner kept in our hold.
Can I roll insight on that?
Sure.
I'm glad I forgot about this guy, because I actually planned on chucking him off the ship at some point.
Zurazar,
and then forgot.
In times of war, Tal'Dorei does treat their prisoners better than most countries. But if this individual has information like you know he has, failure to cooperate would be a very painful thing for him.
If I may. Perhaps, as Argon said, perhaps using a gentle hand in the situation would probably be best. He granted us all the information, we treated him kindly. And I don't think pulling fingernails or twisting arms are going to get you anywhere. And more than likely will get you exactly what any other prisoner you would try to get would be. Nowhere.
If he relinquishes his information, he will be treated with the utmost respect of any of our prisoners. And I am more than willing to participate in niceties as a first attempt to gain this information.
And as long as he cooperates at the end of the war, he'd be let go?
Depending on his crimes. There is punishment for your crimes, as there must be.
His own people tortured him.
That is a tremendous punishment he has already bared, but based off of the information you've given me so far, I can see additional punishments being deserving to individuals. I'm not saying him, but that is to be dictated by a court, not myself.
All I'm asking is to...
Nothing on that level, though.
Yes, and all I'm asking is to bestow upon him the same respect that he would probably give you, and that is equal.
And that we may do.
If you wish, I can also give you information about the Circle of the Blighted. In case
That
of,
is better translated over to my assistant. He is more knowledgeable in the arcane
Yes.
practices than I am. I am
Well,
a
it's-
tactical individual. He is a student of the Lyceum who graduated and joined our military cause.
Well, they're not arcane practices, but I'll turn towards the assistant. Do you know much about druidism?
I have practiced many different knowledges based around nature and the different ways that individuals draw their power from their attunement to it.
You could have just said yes. Okay.
Argan, you look over at him and he answered that like a textbook fucking grad. Like just
Do I know who? Do I remember him?
roll me a history.
Also, when Capriccio says that, he kind of turns his head back just to look at Capriccio, but he makes sure like the tilt of his smirk is directly at Capriccio, no one else. Then he turns back, stone faced.
I'm sorry, that might have been kind of rude. It's just, I just had to go through these people just talking a lot to themselves in circles.
If it would make it much easier for you, I can stop speaking unless you ask me a direct question from this point on.
No, it's fine. You're fine. You're doing great.
History check,
Good job.
Argan?
Yeah. Oh, whoops. $21.
That is Einak Fine, a very, 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 very highly anticipated student that was picked up roughly about 6 years ago, who dropped out of his concentration in evocation after his first year, and then switched over to the nerdiest schooling, divination.
They say fine, though.
Nerd.
Also, the most powerful schooling. He just smiles, and you know he's graduate. He's nowhere near as powerful as you, but he has power.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm sure Archmage Fine will be plenty helpful to you, Capriccio. I'm sure he can wrap his head around it.
technically, he is considered an archmage.
Or Mage Fine, I guess I would say.
Mage
I would
is the title. He is high ranking enough that he's allowed to graduate without gaining the titles of, professor or anything such as that. He's below you in ranking. So,
Okay.
Mage
So I would call
Fine.
him Mage Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have never called him my own rank if I didn't have to.
No,
Or
he is
graduate.
not.
I
Oh.
wasn't
hasn't gone
doubting
for his
it. I'm
doctor.
sure he'll do fine.
You are familiar with my assistant. I
we
not.
crossed paths a few times.
Yes, I'm very familiar, sir, with Argan of the Lyceum. And I must say it is a pleasure to see that you have finally gained your professional robes.
Yes,
I heard it was quite the spectacle.
it was an interesting day.
He made his mother bite her.
Yeah, the headmistress wasn't particularly excited about it, but sometimes you gotta shake things up a bit.
Yes, and if you're ever available in order to discuss the equivalencies between divination and dunomancy, I believe your time dilation and the ability to anticipate the future can be traced very closely towards one another. I would be interested in this conversation.
If I find some time, I will certainly spread some for you. Hold on just a second.
Yes.
But yeah, I basically give them the assistant a full rundown of everything.
Sorry, my wife was going to bed.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm happy to discuss it. You're right. I've done a little bit in divination because we learn a little everything, but there's certainly some parallels between the two.
One bit of information I forgot to point out. There is a excavator. Living, or sorry, what are those people called? The ones who dive into ruins and find information?
Spelunker?
No, the ones who
Archit-
archaeologists.
Archaeologist?
I was gonna say us.
There's an archaeologist in Pride's Call who was in charge of studying the object while it was inside of the ruins of Schottengrad. He is defected, believing that he was attacked maliciously by the Empire, and now is trying to help us in the resistance. I would highly recommend you have a conversation with him if you can find yourself up there in that territory. You can't miss him. He's one of 4 humans who live inside of Pride's Call.
Those are rare these days.
Humans?
I look around at our party.
In Pride's Call.
That's a fair point. There is not a single human in this party.
Which played to our advantage once.
The awkward human fleet admiral adjusts his shirt.
What's the assistant?
Is Enoch fine human too? So, yeah, see, there's 2 of them in here.
Enoch is half elf.
Oh, he's half elf. That's kind of the same thing.
Wow.
Ooh,
That's like calling you human. You're closer to human than he is. You're like 1/80th giant.
I'm just undead.
Yeah, you're 99% Goliath.
This information that you have granted us is going to go towards an amazing cause and hopefully help us bring the downfall to the Empire's current regime and rule and change this realm forever. It is much appreciated. He stands up and extends his hand first to you, Argan.
Thank you, Lord Admiral. It's been very enlightening.
He'll shake your hand, extend it over to you, Sinclair, as I believe you'd probably be sitting the closest to him.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll shake it.
Hovering.
And then Braska, Zuvazar, Capriccio. Well, you all are welcome to spend the evening here inside of this estate that they have granted me while my fleet is getting situated over on the coastline nearby.
Uh-huh.
There are
That's very
special
kind of you.
accommodations and rooms that will be granted to you thanks to Einak. Einak, make sure they all have their own rooms to stay in. Of course, Admiral. And we will have a feast tonight. Possibly the last one we were going to have for a long time. It would be a great honor to have all of you participate in it.
It'd be
I'll-
an honor.
Yeah, I'd say I'll kind of look around a little bit, see if anybody protests. Otherwise, I'll tell them we'll happily oblige unless somebody throws up a protest.
Is there anyone that's attending? Besides you all, of course.
There will be a couple of other high-ranking officials there.
Any from out of the
Well-
city?
No,
Well-
I am the
well,
only
the def-
one from out of town currently.
Will the defector not be there?
I'm sorry.
We're not letting him the defense. Oh,
No.
you're talking about her personal page.
Yeah.
No.
Reggie. She's talking about Reggie.
Okay. No. Her and her dealings are within her own estate. This is a militant feast to help kick off the official assault against the Empire.
Well, I got the church on y'all side. I told them everything.
It is much appreciated. But get yourselves ready. Whatever fine clothing that you can aspire to, feel free to wear, but do not feel like you need to.
Zuzar just like puts a hand up and then just like moves it over his body because he always wears fine clothes, and I was like, that won't
I'm
be
in
an
a
issue.
bathrobe.
And I'm over here wearing barely anything.
Yeah.
The fine
I'm in a
clothes.
bathrobe that barely covers.
Just
God.
barely always covers. He will stand, give you all a courtesy bow, and then gesture for you all to leave. And as you all leave the room, get situated in your own rooms, we will start next session with all of you joining together right before the feast begins. for some really fun stuff. Players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. Hope you all had a fantastic time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Yeah.